It has been another glorious week of gaming. How is everybody doing? What is up? Welcome. This is podcast number 235. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the XoneBros. It's Mr. McSpicy, George the Man, and I am X1. And we have been still playing the crap out of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Uh-huh.
The second one.
The sequel.
Tell me how you almost killed your horse in town.
Oh,
you were telling me earlier.
Which time? I told you.
Aren't you collecting videos of all your horse mistakes?
Every time I play that game, my horse almost dies. I swear. The time I told you about was I was in the main city, the East. We'll call it the East.
The Eastern Seaboard.
The New England area. I don't know what it is, but it's where all the townsfolk are, with all the buggies and the trams and everything. No, it's across the street, and I'm lazy. I don't want to go to my horse.
I don't blame you.
Oh my gosh, my voice is going.
I mean,
hoarse.
you've learned how to whistle in life for a purpose.
Exactly. So I want the horse to come to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, horse, come on over here.
Come on, baby.
And then right as I do it, ding, 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 the tram starts coming over, and my horse, he's so excited to please me.
Yeah.
He looks up, he's like, I'm coming. And he starts,
he's all happy.
Yeah,
his tongue's hanging out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I love that
Here
guy.
I come.
I love that guy. That guy's my favorite. And he comes across the street and slam. He gets plowed hard.
Oh, dude.
Dude, he went flying. and it went all like rag doggy, the poor horse was like, Rawr! What?
Oh, Jordan's muted.
Oh, do we need to change your mic?
We have the bad cord.
Oh, we have the bad cord. Okay, I'll change your mic.
We have the bad cord for Jordan. We probably should have checked that.
Hey, everyone. Hey, so did you record it?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely recorded it.
Okay, we should all use the one mic.
Yeah, that's.
This is like a Beatles song.
If you're watching live, Jordan and Spicy, they're getting intimate there. What happens is we have a bad cord. One cord went bad for some reason. One mic cord, it's an XLR cord that we use, and it went bad for some reason. Jordan, have you killed any of your horses? Horses are valuable, and when you kill one,
no, I haven't.
Oh, well then, how far are you in Red Dead Redemption now?
I think I'm towards the tail end of Chapter 3.
So have you also played some Call of Duty this week? I saw.
Yeah.
So Red Dead Redemption hasn't stolen your entire time.
No, I've been playing Call of Duty, Black Ops, because they introduced the Battle Pass and they had the Halloween event going on.
Oh, how's the Halloween event?
It was good. They had a really good emote that I wanted to try and get. So
okay.
But I'm playing those two games and a little bit of Lego Harry Potter.
Oh, that's right. You purchased the Lego Harry Potter. Is it the definitive edition? It's like the entire collection pack. Jordan is struggling to put in his
help?
mic
Don't
here.
force it.
All right.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
We can hear you.
That's how the sausage is made.
It's Harry Potter's years 1 through 4.
It automatically started downloading on my computer.
Yeah, and then Harry Potter years 5 through 7. And it's back when there was no voice acting. Well, at least the first. I've never played any of the Harry Potter Lego games, but I like the Lego games. It's back when, at least the first part is. I don't know if maybe years 5 through 7 are a little bit more updated, but before they started voice acting in the Lego games, so it's all like slapstick.
Yeah.
It's like the classic Lego, but yeah, it's not like a full-on remaster. I think they've, of course, upped the resolution and a few things here and there, but it's fun. I mean, I just finished all the Harry Potter books, so I wanted to play Harry Potter.
And have you had a chance to play it, or did you just download it?
No, I played it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're enjoying it.
Did
you play it with your wife?
Me and Hagrid are in the leaky cauldron right now.
Oh, the leaky cauldron.
If you know what I'm saying.
Hagrid's taking me to Diagon Alley.
Oh.
If you know what I'm saying.
I like that.
He's got to tap the bricks.
So I've been playing a lot of...
If you know what I'm saying.
I've been playing a lot of Forza this week. I stream Forza every day. And the leaderboards, they never reset. That bothers me still to this day. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get over the leaderboard thing. We're slowly climbing up, so come join the clubs. We're at 142 in the entire world. However, the number one spot overall is held by one person. One man holds the number one club spot.
One man.
By one individual.
And they won't reset it.
No.
We don't, and they're not very transparent, so we don't know.
So we don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
It's
went with
probably
their
like
thing.
the developer's kid.
Yeah, it's probably.
That's why they can't read. Like,
He's
dude,
got like free influence. He just
he's
types
like-
in a code and it
he's
gives him
like-
free influence.
God
he's
mode.
like, guy-
God mode.
Well, no, like he used the glitch, and it's just like they feel bad for him. You know, it's like, guys, it's my kid.
I really can't do it. I mean, he bought that Game Genie on eBay.
yeah,
And,
my wife's hounding me to come home more, and it's just.
I hate the kid. I don't even think he's mine.
but this it makes him happy. Okay, so
Keeps him out of my hair. So I just gave him this for God mode, all right? God
well, no,
mode
they
I did.
gotta. I mean, obviously, if it's a one-man club, he obviously used the glitch, right? I mean,
or another
Or
glitch
a
that
glitch,
we don't know
another
that
glitch,
exists
because
yet.
it wasn't a one-person club before, unless he had a giant club and kicked everybody out,
you know,
which is a
actually,
distinct possibility.
I actually respect that.
I do. If that's the case,
He's like all these
that's
peons
awesome.
joining my
yeah,
club.
he's like, get out of here.
Well,
because
no,
the
I
influence would stay. The influence doesn't go.
I
It stays
respect
to
that
club.
because he's like a pirate. He used everybody.
He used
and
everybody?
He got rid of them.
and kicked him out, kicked him to the curb.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? I actually changed my mind. I actually like this guy now. I respect that.
Oh man,
I think that's cool.
So
That's a guy that knows what he wants.
I do think Forza Horizon 4 is better than Forza Horizon 3.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think Great Britain is better.
Okay.
as
overall.
far as like a place.
A place like I really like it. I think there's more variety. I think they've tightened the driving. The driving's a little more tight than it was in Forza Horizon 3. I like the events that they do, and I do like the seasons. Sometimes the lengths of the seasons, like winter.
Taking my shirt, my overshirt off. I was really getting really warm.
Oh, if you guys are watching live,
Yeah,
there is a show.
There's got to be a
I
gift
just took
coming up
off
for
my
that.
button shirt.
Whoa.
And it's like I feel like Superman because it's my XoneBros shirt on right now.
But I cannot say it's a masterpiece. This is a weird thing. I think Forza Horizon 3 was more of a masterpiece than Forza Horizon 4. And the reason being is there's not these little things that I don't like. For instance, the clubs is one example. Not being able to see inside of clubs, and not having overall percentage completion stats, like you are using the achievements as your completion instead of the stats.
Yeah.
Just little stuff that prevents it from being a masterpiece. So I like Forza Horizon 4
Yeah.
over Forza Horizon 3. I think it's an improvement, but I don't think it's a masterpiece. I do think Forza Horizon 3 was a masterpiece. Does that make sense? Can that be a thing, or am I
I
crazy?
think it can. If there can be one-man clubs at the number one spot, that can be a thing.
That cannot be a masterpiece
Yeah.
right there, right? Like,
well, I meant, yeah.
yeah.
Let's go with that.
No, but
Yeah.
no, make spicy. What makes what Jordan? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to tell you something
Tell me.
because I listened to your opinion on the Forza games
Oh,
because
okay.
yeah, no,
Okay.
because you're good at Forza, and I just want to
You
let
know
you
what?
know
Yeah.
when me and Mark were watching your stream
Oh,
last
you're
night.
gonna tell him?
What? Well, okay, well, we technically were playing with gifts the whole time, but there was about 5 minutes where we ran out of sparks and we started watching the
And
stream.
you started actually just
Yeah,
listening to me.
Yeah. You're gonna make his head
and,
explode.
and Mark was like, "Whoa, David is good at this game," because you had just did something, and I was
Oh,
like,
I don't know what
I,
that-
I even
I
looked,
have improved in driving.
I even watched too. I was like, "Wow, he is really."
yeah, now you told
Yeah,
him. We're not
really
supposed
good.
to tell
Yeah.
him we're impressed by
David's
his
the one
skills.
person you don't tell you're
Yeah.
impressed.
Well, no,
now-
like we were.
Now,
I was-
luckily, we have two doors here that your head will fit through when you walk out of this
no,
room.
it was like I was. It was you were. I mean, you do.
Was it
play
a
every-
race or something? What was it?
You're just racing,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you have improved a lot
Yeah.
in your skills.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have,
in your racing.
I think a
skills.
lot of that's Forza 7 too.
It is
actually,
Forza
yeah.
7 actually. Forza 7 made me better at Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah. We were
Also streaming.
I
it.
told Jordan not to tell you.
Oh.
I specifically
I think-
said,
yeah.
"Don't tell him." I
Hey,
said
well,
that he's
thanks,
good.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm basically the
And
best
then I think
racer
we
of
left
all
'cause
time.
we
See,
ran out
this
of
is why I
sparks.
wouldn't want to tell you.
Then we left because we ran out of sparks.
You were only there for sparks.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
we
it.
really were.
No, okay, but no, don't you? Am I crazy to say that I think Forza Horizon 4 is an improvement over Forza Horizon 3, but Forza Horizon 3 was more of a masterpiece.
I think this is what you're trying to say.
Does that make
I think
sense?
the mechanics improve, the content does not. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
there are just some things. It was more of a fully realized, put together game. There wasn't these things that bothered me in Forza Horizon 3. There are these aspects that bother me.
So
in Forza Horizon
less
4.
features is better in this case.
Well, what about this?
In Forza
Would-
Horizon 3, there was more features though in some ways,
What-
like user friendly, like percentage. Like show me a completion percentage that's outside of the achievements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Would you be as bothered as much if the glitch in the leaderboard situation didn't?
I don't think so. I do. I will.
Does
I
that,
will fully
does
admit.
that take like 50% of the?
I will fully admit that it takes a really
that
hard
does-
hit for me
that
because
does
we
jade you a lot.
Because it jaded me because we were at 109. we were going up, and that hit, and they've not been transparent about it, and they've not reset the leaderboards.
They didn't even say sorry.
They didn't even say we.
Diesel in chat said they're resetting the leaderboards tonight, so I don't know if that's real.
Are they? Is that a real thing?
We can check it
Freaky
out.
RO, I'll look it up. It's probably my job to look that kind of stuff.
Yeah, can you look that up, news guy?
Can you do something?
Can you, news person? Why don't you have this at your
Maybe it
fingertips
is in the
already?
news. I was just waiting to surprise you.
Well, if that's the case, that helps. But there are still some things I don't understand, because even if you fix the leaderboards, inside clubs, just not being able to see like
Progression
how much
per person.
Yeah, inter-club play. You know what I mean? Inter-club, how much influence you've done this week compared to me, and vice versa. The stuff like that. I don't like the use of the Xbox clubs as their clubs. I would rather have in-game clubs.
Yeah. Why?
I think that was better.
Yeah.
But can that be a thing? Can I consider Forza Horizon 3 a masterpiece and prefer Forza Horizon 4 but not think it's a masterpiece like Forza Horizon 3 was?
I believe you can have your own opinion.
No, but is that dumb of me? Like, is that illogical?
So you're trying to
McSpicy, I'm trying to have my opinion validated.
Validated.
Or invalidated. You're usually good at both.
I bring you up and I tear you down. No, I think that's valid. I think we probably wouldn't be having this conversation if things didn't piss you off.
Yeah.
I really think that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even for me, okay, I hate the spins. I hate wheel spins.
Oh, we're top 100 now. Freaky, can you see what we are? They reset it tonight.
Dude, I can't find it.
They must we were 92 at 9:30 Eastern. What? Say what? Someone's gonna have a screenshot of this in Discord. Which, by the way, if you haven't joined us in Discord, this is a fantastic reason why.
Just
here we go.
Maybe I'm just a moron.
We were 99 at 6:25 p.m.
That's a good chance, Jordan.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just a moron, but like I can't find their announcement.
Nope, we're there. They didn't announce it. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't they announcing stuff? Like, you know, they're not, like you said, they're not very.
They did
transparent.
reset it because we're now at only 1,747,000. They definitely reset it. We are officially 92.
Nice.
We are 92 in Forza Horizon 4. Hey, if you have not joined, let's get some celebration music here going. We hit the top 100. If Barbara Blake is listening, Barbara Blake, get back in this game, baby. We are top 100. They reset the leaderboard.
We'll do some Back to the Future.
Woo! Yes!
Oh, you hurt my ears.
Yes!
That's awesome. Yeah.
We have done it.
We did it. We're top 100.
Because of a reset.
Because of the results of glitches.
The results of glitches. Let's see. I really think we can get top 50. I think our club is top 50 in the world. Like, that's where we're at.
I wonder why they didn't announce something like that. I mean, everybody's been asked. A lot of people have been
because
asking
it's an
for
embarrassment.
Well, come on. No, it's
No.
not.
Well, you could go either
Brink
way.
was
Some
an
announcements
embarrassment.
are embarrassments. Like Diablo.
Yeah.
At
It's
BlizzCon.
like when you poop your pants.
Yeah,
You don't announce it. You just go take care of it.
It depends
you
It
discreetly.
depends on what crowd you're in at the time.
It's true.
Because sometimes you do want to announce it. You know, depending
Like
on.
when? We'll give you the situation where you would announce that.
Family reunion.
Family reunion. I've just pooped my pants.
Yeah, maybe. See, you never know.
Well, no, I mean, I like Playground Games, and I hope the rumors are true that they're working on the Fable game because I think they're good developers, right?
True. True
I think
doctrine.
they really are. But I think you're right. They haven't seemed very transparent with the whole
Here we
the
go.
whole situation.
When
We
you
have
poop
the
your
announcement.
pants, you own it.
Oh, dude, is there? Okay, so I take back everything I just said. I'm just a moron.
We're just morons, basically. Death Star Destroyer, they did announce it. Let me see. It's towards the bottom. Autumn in Britain. Let's see. Club leaderboards update. Here it is. An important note for Forza Horizon 4 players. We will be wiping the club leaderboards for Forza Horizon 4 in the very near future, a.k.a. this evening.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is the result of an investigation where we determined that numerous players took advantage of a glitch.
I don't
Why
think
did
you
you
need
need
to investigate that.
Like, just go on any YouTube channel. Anyways. As well as other race events to earn illegitimate
Well, isn't that
XP.
investigating? Going to a YouTube channel?
That's true.
That's
That's
technically investigating.
That's true. And artificially raise their position on the club leaderboards. We have since corrected this issue, and to maintain the fairness in our club leaderboard rankings, we have decided to reset
good.
the leaderboard accordingly. I love it.
Okay, the past 10 minutes of me saying the whole transparent thing, just ignore that. I'm a man. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong.
You are.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I was wrong. They are really cool. Well, I just said they were cool before, but I mean, I just like announcements.
See,
you know what I mean?
look at that. Something
like to be
that's
told.
I just like to be told what's going on.
Yeah.
Some-
I like
something that's
Playground
simple
games.
legitimately re-enthuses me for this game.
Yeah.
Because I was very down and out about. I mean, okay, I still don't consider it a masterpiece because there are things that they didn't do that I am like, why? And a lot of that is features that they took away. That they didn't need to. That were perfected. Man. It's
all
Fable.
All the idea guys are over on the Fable.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think we could go for top 50 though. What do you guys think? You think
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now's our chance. Everyone's playing Red Dead.
Yeah, now's the chance.
Except
nobody else cares. We got this.
I'm really I'm really glad you did this because even I was like, well, there's no point in doing the clubs for a while, you know. But no, I like this. I'm glad. Good job, Playground Games. And I hope you're making Fable.
You could have told us this like 2 weeks ago, though.
Well, yeah,
working on it.
Yeah.
So
if you've not joined us over on Discord, for instance, I just had a live conversation in Discord right now during the show.
That's why we kind of got all quiet.
That's why.
When it gets really awkward.
That's why the show went
because we're not
terrible
talking to you guys
for
anymore.
a minute there. Come join us on Discord, XoneBros.com. Hit the Discord button. We are there talking games 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're almost to 1,500 users. No trolls. It's a fantastic community. I'm blown away by everyone that's so awesome and everybody in the community in Discord. I love it. I love reading the discussion, meeting people, getting to know people. Fantastic times. Come check us out over there. Guess what? It's that time of month again.
Oh,
It's your time of month.
Is it my time?
It's our time of month.
It's our time.
It's our time. You know.
Do I need to hit something, or you're looking at me like I need to press a
button? No, we don't have cramps. We're not moody. No, we're just giving away a video game to our supporters. To it be in. This is our way of saying thank you to everybody who supports us. Our Patreon supporters are automatically entered every single month, and then everybody live in chat gets one entry as well during the stream to get a video game of their choice which basically means a $60 Xbox Live gift card.
Yes.
Unless the gift option, which the gift option is not on every game.
Really?
In Xbox Live, yeah. There are some games that it's not, and that's when I have to use Xbox Live.
I've noticed that, actually.
Do you know what's interesting? Now that because before in Xbox Live, the Xbox Live messages were part of my regular messages.
Yeah, now they're their own.
Now they're their own, and when Jordan gifts me a game, unless he tells me, I don't know it's there because I never checked that section.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's interesting.
Because it's in its own.
It's in its own sphere.
It's in its own.
Yeah, because it comes
now.
with all it's in the Xbox Live announcements, which are they have their own section. So when Xbox Live announces things, you go to their section and you read it.
Interesting, very interesting. This month's winner.
Wait, do you want me to do music?
Let's do music. Yeah, like
how intense?
It was Halloween. Do like eerie music.
Oh, it was Halloween this week.
Yeah, let's celebrate
eerie
the holidays.
music.
Yeah, like
okay, I can.
Or I like the Chicago Bulls intro. That's always a good one.
Okay, what do you want? Intro. Do you want scary music or?
I want eerie music.
Okay, go with Jordan. Yeah. The man knows what he wants. We can't deny the man.
Okay, I'll do some awesome eerie music.
There we go.
Is this good? Is this good for you, Jordan?
Yep.
This is good.
Okay.
This is good. This month's winner coming in at 5'10", 210 pounds of pure muscle.
Oh.
Pure gaming muscle.
210 pounds?
We'll say 6'2", 210 pounds
I like
of pure gaming muscle. The one, the only Patreon subscriber.
All right.
Mr. McSwitch.
Yeah.
Mr. McSwitch, come on down.
Woo! Yay!
Congratulations, Mr. McSwitch.
All right.
If I haven't messaged you by the time you hear this, please contact me on Discord or shoot us an email. But usually I message before you're able to hear this. And you let me know what game you'd like, and we will get you that game. Thank you very much for your support. If you'd like to support the show, if you'd like us to help get us to our studio, we're trying to build our studio, expand the community, come out and create more content with the studio. Once we get that studio, just head over to patreon.com/positive gaming and subscribe to us there. We come out with a bonus show every month. The bonus show will be in another 2 weeks. We'll have a bonus episode. They're a good time.
Your mic is like wiggling, and it's bugging me.
Mine or
David's?
Oh,
I don't understand.
Can you hear that?
Oh, I can hear that. Yeah.
Here we go. I got it. It's because of this.
There we go.
There. We're out.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry,
thanks for fixing that.
Sorry about
I was
that.
getting annoyed.
Sorry.
This should have been a happy moment.
You had rage mode going.
I was like,
Spicy
what,
rage
what
face.
I'm looking around the room going, what is that noise?
You
Rats
know
on the wall.
RBF, so resting bee face?
I don't know what that is.
You have spicy rage face.
So SRF?
Spicy rage face. Yes, an SRF.
What's?
You've got an SRF.
I got to be careful
It's a
with
rage
that.
face.
I was getting a little testy.
Thank you for your support. Before we move on to the news, let's talk a little bit about Mixer, some of the changes that they've made.
Yeah.
And I want to talk
It's actually in the news.
I really want to talk about this in respect with, are they taking the necessary steps to begin to compete with Twitch? How far are we away from that? What do you think they need to do in order to improve? So Mixer, it's Mixer Season 2. They announced it this week in a blog post and an email, and they sent it out on all their social media.
And I'm going to preface this as well, just real quick. Mixer, for those listeners that don't know what Mixer is, it is a streaming platform like Twitch that is a place where people come and stream. Right now, we are streaming on Mixer as part of our live broadcast. So, yeah.
Yes. So Mixer came out and said, announced that Season 2 is what they're calling it. Basically, it's like Phase 2 of their platform. They're announcing changes. They made some changes. One of the big changes that they made refer to Sparks. So for those of you that don't know, Sparks are, as you watch streams, you earn Sparks. You used to be able to use those Sparks to interact with a subscriber, or a streamer. A streamer could decide, like, a noise would play or a GIF would play, and you could hit it and it would pop up on their screen. Mixer now makes it so that that's basically a currency. Spark is a currency, and you can do these things in chat. For instance, right now in our chat, there's a bouncy ball going. Someone's trying to get this beach ball.
Yeah.
For 200,000.
Our current
Sparks.
record is 1113 hits, so if we can beat that.
Oh, and I think
Are you
Ronan,
serious?
and I think
Yeah,
Ronan's
I
trying to
can,
beat
yeah.
his own record here.
I'm not gonna lie. I played during that whole last section.
During while we were talking.
Anyways, I basically they've announced that this is another way to help support creators. So now, if you earn Sparks, you can gift those Sparks by using them in chat. And in chat, there's GIFs, there's images, there's motion graphics.
They each cost a
that play
different
across
amount
chat.
and
What
stuff,
I
yeah.
like about it is it doesn't. Besides this one, which is a big one, it doesn't interrupt your stream. It's only in the chat. On the chat version, which is nice. But these will go towards helping streamers. Once they get up to, for instance, 1 million Sparks, they get $20. The streamer gets cash for that. They're also going to be coming out. This part they're not out with. They're going to be coming out with what's called Emeralds, which is like
Embers, right?
Embers. That's what it is. Embers, which is like the higher up version of Sparks, which you can pay for.
It's the real money
This is going to
currency.
be the real money currency, which then you'll be able to gift. It says you'll be able to do higher skills.
High skill.
So they call the gifts and everything skills.
Yeah.
You can spend on skills. You'll be able to spend Embers on high skills and directly contribute to supporting different streamers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Would you say, kind of like in a nutshell, are the Embers and the Sparks comparable to bits?
McSpicy would be able to speak to that more than I would. I feel like they're closer to bits. Absolutely, they're kind of used in a unique way.
Well, I like the way they're used rather than bits. You know what I
They're-
mean? Like, it's fun. Like, I had a blast using mine last night.
Yeah, you could consider them more like interactive bits from
yeah.
Twitch, because Twitch uses a system where you can get bits by two ways. You can watch advertisements and slowly accrue bits, or you can purchase bits outright. And then in the middle of a stream on any streamer, you can cheer, and those bits, like 1 bit is 1 penny, essentially. If you cheer 500 bits, then you donate 500 or $5 to a
500
streamer.
pennies.
Yeah, 500 pennies.
They
which is,
get them in pennies,
The math
too.
is there. You really can only use the bits on Twitch for cheering. This is more interactive. Like right now, look at we're at 169 hits.
Whoa, we've smashed our
Yeah.
record. David, jump in on that game, man.
Go play it. Go play
Get
it.
a
So it's just another way. I mean, eventually when they release the next version of this, where you can buy they called them Embers, like you said, David.
Yep.
And then you can pay, and it's very similar. It's just more interactive, I guess. So
Which is kind of makes it a little bit more fun.
more fun. Yeah, more. It's more of an incentive to purchase Embers to have fun with someone else's stream. 194. Was that 194? I think that was 194.
We got it with 194. Everybody, that's the new record there.
Yeah, good job.
How do you think this plays in comparison? Because obviously the powerhouse in Twitch, what brings big time streamers over to Twitch, is the Amazon Prime free sub.
That's a big one. Also, the audience is huge there.
Yeah,
it's.
I mean, they kind of
massive.
go hand in hand. If they didn't
Yeah.
have a big audience, the Amazon Prime wouldn't be as big of a deal. But because of it,
Yeah.
because they have a huge audience, Amazon Prime is a big deal. Do you think this is a step in the right direction?
Well, yeah. Mixer, they need to get it's kind of a catch-22 scenario. They need to get an audience And in order to get an audience, you need to get, high quality streamers.
Yeah.
And in order to get high quality streamers, you need to get an audience.
Yeah. As you get one, the other grows, and vice versa.
Correct. So it's a hard dynamic, especially when you have a powerhouse like Twitch that has been around for forever.
Yeah.
Right. They've been around for years and years and years. So it's a hard thing to try to break into this market. But I think it's absolutely the right move, because in order to get high quality streamers, you need to incentivize them with money.
Funds. Yeah, with advantages.
It needs to make sense for them to be there.
Yeah, what do you think? Because you are a heavy. Twitch has replaced television for you.
Oh yeah,
gaming streaming has replaced television for you.
Yeah.
What do you think Mixer does better than Twitch, and what do you think Twitch does better than Mixer?
That's hard.
And is it platform specific? Because probably first in my mind would be content, because the money is over on Twitch. They've got more content, but they've also got a lot of incredibly high-quality content, high-quality entertainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's because, it makes it worth their while to be there.
Yeah.
Right? I would say, this is kind of an interesting dynamic. Just the very nature of how Twitch started and how they gained their audience. In some locations, not all locations, there are communities on there that are very positive.
Sure.
But in a lot of the locations, it's a very toxic chat. It's a very toxic kind of place to be. It's interesting. Usually for me, like even just watching BlizzCon, I watched BlizzCon today on Twitch. I had to turn chat off because it annoys me how toxic people can get, right? Mixer, I don't know if it's just because they're smaller or what it is, but the dynamic there, it's much more positive. And I'll also say banning is more permanent, because you have to be at Twitch. You can just create fake accounts all day long, and
because of your link to a Microsoft account.
It's linked to a Microsoft account. I think it causes people to behave a little bit more appropriately. So I would say Mixer is a much more positive place. And that is why one of the reasons we started our broadcast, our show broadcasting on Twitch, we've moved to Mixer because it matches our positive
style.
Gaming brand
Mantra,
a little bit better. So I would say that I think
that's where they have an advantage.
The audience is.
Do you think because they set the tone from the beginning that's where Twitch maybe they didn't set the tone from the beginning, so it was already embedded. It's kind of like the monster's been unleashed. You can't rein it back in.
Well, one of the benefits of coming later is you can see what worked and what didn't, and what caused things
Improve upon things.
Yeah. So Twitch is Mixer has a good advantage there, where they can see a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the things that work, from someone else that has already, been a part of that. So that's an advantage, I would guess. But yeah, I would say it's just the communities are a little different dynamically as far as positivity and toxicity.
It's true, and that's not even just because Mixer has a lot more Xbox streamers on there than I would say is on Twitch. Primarily because Microsoft owns it, so it's built in, and there's an incentive there. But there are a lot of PC streamers.
Well, there's a lot of
the most
everything,
popular streamers are still PC streamers on Mixer, just like they are on Twitch. And even in those big channels, it's a real conversations happening in chat that just doesn't exist. Even with the really big guys, it's real conversations. When and I definitely think that feature is where they have a distinct advantage.
Are you talking about Mixer?
Mixer, yeah, over Twitch. Because when I watch a big streamer on Twitch, you can't read chat. It's just images or spam.
How do they read their own chat?
So a lot of the streamers on Twitch, they cater to spam, and so they allow a lot of spam. Some streamers, ban people that do. They call it copy pasta, which is copy paste, and they copy and paste everything, funny memes or whatever, and that's what chat has become in a lot of locations. Sure. Other streamers, they don't allow that, and they get banned, etc., which is very difficult to do. But
you got thousands of people.
Yeah. One of the big problems with a big audience is, when you have, let's say, BlizzCon, when 180,000 people are watching you live. Imagine a chat room full of 180,000 people. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
And then you have single streamers, because that's an event. You have single streamers like Ninja, Lyric, all these big boys. It's much harder to reach chat in that context, anyways, because you have 30,000 people to 80,000 people watching you. It's just
Mixer announced some other changes coming soon. The next thing that's going to be dropping in 2019, along with this, what they're calling season 2 of Mixer, is a progression system. This is what they say. On other platforms, there are really only 2 forms of status in a streamer's channel. You're either a subscriber or you're not. But we all know this isn't really a complete picture of someone's loyalty and value to a streamer's community. Your status in the community should represent more than just your financial contributions. And so now what they're doing is creating a progression system within each stream. There'll be titles and tabs. You'll be going from just a viewer to a veteran, and you'll have a badge attached to you. How many hours you've been in someone's stream, how active you've been.
That's
and it
good.
Will automatically progress.
Twitch enables that for streamers. I thought it was just a matter of time till Mixer did, because it's very valuable to streamers to have your regulars, right?
Exactly. You get a good idea of who's regular, who's loyal, and they have a picture. If you go over to their blog, all this can be found on Mixer's blog. Just Google search Mixer's blog, and then it will come right up. And they show pictures of the level up, like a badge with rocket ships with a number underneath. For instance, it's as simple as something. It's akin to prestiging, right? You get a number next to your name in prestige. 3 more things here that they announced for this season. McSpicy, I'd like to hear your opinion on some of this stuff. We're going to turn on, this is in 2019 sometime, we're going to turn on automatic bitrate switching. Viewers have varying bandwidth at home or on mobile, and this feature will allow us to provide a more graceful viewing experience as viewers' bandwidth fluctuates. Automatic bitrate switching.
Is it going to just the pro, like the partnered streamers, or is it to everybody? Because that's a big...
It does not say. It sounds like it's going to everybody.
Okay, yeah, because... I mean, I think it takes a lot of computing power on their end, on Mixer's end, to do something like this. Yeah. It's very valuable. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a terrible cell network when I want to watch a Hearthstone tournament or something, and I just can't keep up with the bit rate. Right? Twitch does this, and because they do it, it's only necessary that the competitor Mixer should do it too, right? So
another thing, we're also going to provide more options for creators to use FTL streaming on a broader array of streaming software and devices by adding support for ingesting via the RTMP standard.
Okay, yeah.
So just broadening FTL. And lastly, we're adding a feature on Mixer to allow viewers to easily report any video-specific issues they see. Basically just a reporting thing. Overall,
good
headed
season
in the right direction. Yeah. It's just a matter of time, I think, before we see whether or not they can compete with someone like a Twitch or who else jumps into the scene. Where there's money, clearly, I mean, Amazon has proven there's clearly money in Twitch. So Microsoft jump in. Who else is going to jump in? Are there going to be more competitors? But Mixer's definitely headed in the right direction.
Well, yeah, and streaming is the future of media.
Amen.
It really is. I mean, if you go to Twitch, now on Thursday nights they have NFL.
Oh yeah. Well, Amazon Prime has a bunch of NFL.
They have
games.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
It is the future. I remember watching a streamer years ago say his opinion, and I agree with this opinion. Imagine if you were watching just regular TV, and you could interact with the people on there, and you could type things, and they would interact back. That is what this is. You can chat with somebody that you like, a celebrity, a person, and they'll react to your stuff and talk to you back, and you can start a dynamically changing conversation with the audience. And that is exactly what streaming is. This is the future of media. Yeah. I really believe that.
I said it 2 weeks ago. I think it's the next Hollywood.
It really is, and it's cool. I mean, this is I don't watch regular TV anymore. I mean, I'll watch my shows on Netflix and Hulu and whatever, right? But I don't think I've watched an actual television show live.
Oh, in live
years.
Besides sports, I haven't.
Yeah, and I don't watch sports. I watch esports. Right?
There you go.
Yeah,
when you do watch sports, it's on streaming.
Yeah, I watch NFL on Twitch.
Facebook. There you go. There's a prime example. Facebook is jumping in to the gaming scene, trying to really utilize Facebook Live streaming.
They're struggling. I mean, it's a hard.
YouTube has tried. they're kind of starting to find their niche, I think, in creators on YouTube. They tried to do it via gaming, and it just didn't work. Create a separate gaming channel. Now they're utilizing it more like stream to your subscribers live, and that's being utilized more.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, the big powerhouses, they're coming. It's coming.
Yeah, it's the
coming.
future. It is honestly the future.
And with that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
A lot of stuff.
Oh, yes.
So,
That's good. That's
yeah,
really good.
There's stuff.
It's one of the weeks
No,
that has a lot happen.
well, first things first. This isn't necessarily just specific to Xbox, but it does benefit the Xbox because they got some games there. But BlizzCon is this weekend. It started today.
That is
It's going
right.
through the weekend.
So can we talk a little bit about...
Yeah, let's
Okay,
let's
let's
go
talk
through
about the
good
highlights.
Yeah,
Give me the highlights
yeah.
first.
So, every year I buy the virtual ticket because I like it.
How much is that virtual ticket?
I don't know. I just buy it.
It's like
I'm not
it's
lying.
like $40.
It must
don't
be
know.
nice. It must be nice to be Jordan.
Yeah,
Money doesn't matter to me. It's
Yeah,
just a
I
thing.
just buy it.
It's just the thing in my way of what I want.
No, you get the cool skin. I I got a cool Sombra skin for Overwatch, which is really fun. But jumping into that, Overwatch, big announcement. Oh, well, actually, Blizzard got a new president, which is really cool.
Yes,
So.
CEO.
Well,
Do
just
we-
president.
Oh, just
The
president.
didn't
title-
say-
You didn't say CEO anymore.
Oh, that's
yeah.
because Activision's the CEO.
Yeah, which is probably
so,
why everyone.
I actually really like him. He's Jay Allen, it's Jay Allen. I forget his last name, but Jay Allen. He's actually been on the Warcraft team for quite a while, and he's done some good stuff. So anyway, but so congratulations to him. Moving on, Overwatch announcements. So speaking of sports, big esports, Overwatch is going on right now. A lot of good matches.
Yeah, and McSpicy, you love these. This
Did
is
you-
why you
they're so
turn into
good.
Did
BlizzCon.
you see France? And
No, I haven't
okay.
been able to watch any of them.
Okay, if you want, you can log into
I
my
would-
virtual ticket.
I was able to watch the opening ceremonies and stuff with BlizzCon, but outside of that, I have not seen any of that. I mean, I'm from the USA. I really want
well,
USA to go
yeah.
the distance, right?
Yeah,
So
when I was
How are
watching
we?
it
How are we
earlier-
this year?
good, we're good. Yeah, is that okay to say?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
I think we're
Like
good.
contenders? You think we're contenders?
Oh, we made it to the World Cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that that doesn't mean a
Blizzard
lot,
is
but
from America.
Blizzard is American.
Yeah, but yeah, we have heavy competition though.
Yeah.
But I think we're in a good place.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
So
We've caught up.
So not only
Yeah.
is the World Cup going on, which is awesome to watch. I was watching France earlier, and anyway, they're playing on the new map, which is really cool. But they announced a new cinematic,
Okay.
which is McCree. They showed it, and McCree is cool.
Well,
I just want you
they're
to know.
focusing on McCree. Do you think it's coincidence that
That-
McCree is the focus at this time of year?
At Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, I don't think so. In October of Red Dead Redemption release, I
Well,
do not think so.
Yeah, well, I mean, Fortnite came out with their cowboy character too.
Even
right?
Call of Duty, when I was playing Call of Duty this week, getting my
They had, like, a
their version
pistol?
of the Battle Pass. No, they had like a cowboy zombie.
Dude, I actually
everybody
like
has
that.
everybody has something cowboy.
Cowboys
this
are
year.
awesome. They
That's
really
funny.
are. Yeah.
But what's really cool is they showed up. It's a new animated short that Overwatch does. It's McCree, and let me just tell you, he's very cool, and he eats his pie.
Let's
did you
talk
watch
about
it?
that. Yeah, let's talk about the pie eating.
He
You don't
ate-
like
don't-
it? Wait, you don't like it?
No, it
You don't
looks
like apple pie?
so good.
Oh.
And whoever animated the pie cutting with a fork they're on.
He-
hot,
th-
yeah.
that
pie
man
guy-
lo-
a raise.
That
The pie
man loves
guy.
his pie.
yeah,
Clearly.
that guy knows pie
McCree ate a pie, and the animation for eating that pie blows my
because
mind.
the fork like cuts
it
through
like
it.
cuts
yeah.
and it looks juicy and good.
Oh,
and
man.
He studied
apple
pies.
Hot apple pie. However,
it's so good.
I love hot apple pie, but only with ice cream. I cannot eat it without ice
I agree.
cream.
Interesting.
Like
I
hot
agree.
apple pie by itself, it's the crunchiness of the apples that gets to me. I don't know, and I love apples. It's not that, but it's just weird. But you throw an ice cream, and that weirdness becomes unweird.
Are you hungry for apples?
Yes,
That's
yes,
good.
I am.
That's good.
Yes, I am.
That's a Rick and Morty reference, in case you were wondering.
Oh, I've got to watch that.
You
show
gotta watch
still,
it.
man.
It's so
You've been
good.
showing me highlights, and I like what I see.
Yeah, it's funny.
And I see what
It's
I like.
funny. Yeah. No, the animator. Let's get on this. Everybody, go watch that McCree video. To
First
see
10
the pie.
seconds.
The first 10 seconds.
The Shadow Navy says it's dynamic pie eating along with dynamic poop.
It really is. I wanted to go to a diner and order apple pie after I watched that.
Dang.
Yeah, it's good.
I've got to see this video now.
Yeah,
Good.
you do.
Well, and the rest
I'll
of it's
pull
good
it up
too.
right
It's,
now.
if you've ever played the level, what's Route 66 is like the level.
Yeah.
It takes place on there because the train crashes. McCree has something to do with all that, and I won't
Yeah.
spoil the animated short because you should
Okay.
go see it because it's really good. It's about 4 or 5 minutes. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
really good. Check it out. But in the animated short, there was a character that I think her and McCree had a little something in the past.
Well,
if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
We definitely know they did.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't her picture on his motorcycle?
Or was that her motorcycle?
Oh.
Because the key had her name on it.
The key had her name.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Ash.
Ash with an E.
With an E.
Ashay.
Ashay. Yeah. If you're French.
Anyway,
Ashay.
she was in the cinematic, but she is also the 29th hero now.
New hero.
Very cool, actually.
And Bob. Don't forget Bob.
Bob is her ultimate.
Okay.
She has
Bob's
an
a
ultimate
robot.
Called,
Bob's a robot?
She has
Okay.
an ultimate. She has an ultimate called Bob.
Okay,
and
what is this
basically,
ultimate?
it's Winston if he were a robot and a cowboy.
And a girl?
No.
No,
she calls,
Bob's the guy.
Think of Bob like a really big robot
Yeah.
friend that she calls in when she needs him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So her ultimate, she basically sends Bob, this really big robot with a little small hat,
It's like
with
a little,
guns on his hands,
You know.
to kill people.
It's a McFly hat from Back to the Future 3.
Yeah,
Okay, I can appreciate that.
But on a robot.
But on a robot.
With guns on his hand. Named Bob.
What is her genre of
She looks like a long-range sniper.
Yeah,
It's
so
hard to
she's
tell, but-
it's actually really cool because she has the iron sights with her gun, right?
You know your
similar
Winchester 30-30?
Yeah.
That's her weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
all robotic-y though.
Yeah. It's
Well,
all
you
like
know, with a little,
Overwatchy.
Yeah, Overwatchy. That's the word I was.
Did I
looking
own
for.
a Winchester 3030?
I know.
You
That's
over
fired
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's
You
feel
should Overwatch
You
it.
feel
There is
awesome.
nothing like shooting that gun and then pulling the lever down and pulling it back up.
And the cartridge flies out. Sometimes it burns your skin.
And then
you don't care.
You have to say it's high noon.
It's high noon and just pow! And that thing,
Click, click.
the thing.
I
take
feel
you out.
when I shoot that, I feel like John Wayne.
dude, oops.
I feel like
Yes.
John Marston.
Oh,
John Marston.
I feel like Arthur Morgan.
Oh!
So
That's
anyway,
John Marston's daddy.
she's got some cool ability. She's got some cool abilities. She's got the long range. Let's call it the 30-30, right? Really cool. She's what ability I think she has that's really interesting is she has a shotgun, double barrel shotgun that she can pull out and shoot people. But it's also a stun, or not a stun. Sorry, like a blowback.
Okay.
So in the video, they showed it in two different ways. They showed her aiming down to the ground and shooting it, and it blasts her into the air. 'cause
Okay,
it's got,
so
you
she
know-
can like jump. It's
Yeah,
like a
so-
jump ability.
Yeah, with a shotgun. And then she used it against a Genji. A Genji ulted with his dragon sword, and he came towards her, and she shot him. And not only did she blow back, but he blew back as well, and then she sniped
Wow.
him. So it's kind of a disengage almost, but you can also use it as...
It's a mobile. It's a way. To
It's a mobile disengage.
Mobile disengage.
There you go. You can use it to disengage, and you can...
I love the way you said that.
mobile.
You're a poet.
Yeah, a mobile disengage.
So I just had this thought because of how many characters did the game launch with? 15?
I don't know.
20?
I don't know. I just played it.
I just bought it.
I was
I
thinking
could
this, though,
probably
if you were
count
to
in my
start
head.
if you were to start Overwatch now, you're at
29.
a much larger learning curve than if you started it with
It's-
smaller characters and then you learned each one as they came out. Right?
But that's how it was originally. There was a lot of character. Everyone was.
Well,
unlocked.
everyone was
Yeah.
new. You know
Yeah,
what I
so-
mean? Yeah.
But that's just like with any game where you unlock heroes
where you're in from the beginning.
biannually. I guess. I mean, look at League of Legends. How many characters? are
So we have Overwatch news at BlizzCon as a positive story. What else?
Yeah, well, there's some other news, but those are on different platforms.
Warcraft
Dude,
3
They
remastered?
had. Oh yeah, I really did like that. What it's called? It's Reforged.
It's reforged.
They didn't just
Sorry,
remaster
They don't
it.
remaster it.
They
reforged
reforged it.
They put that in the fire and reforged that.
It
bad
actually
boy.
looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I've actually already pre-ordered it because you
have
can
you
pre-order
really?
it on.
So I know a lot of people love Warcraft 3
Well, it's what kicked off World of
because
Warcraft.
it kicked off World of Warcraft, but I don't think it was the best one. I didn't like the heroes added. Actually,
See, that me and Mark were talking about this before because the heroes.
it was a disappointment to me
It
because
kind
it
of
took.
broke the game
Yeah,
in certain ways.
Yeah.
Maybe with the Reforged, they'll
Maybe they balanced
might
that
balance
bad
it out
boy
a little bit. Yeah.
more. Okay.
I don't know.
I
They
like-
didn't announce anything about that. They just said it's coming.
I like the single player campaign with the heroes.
Arthas,
Yes.
Sylvanas.
Exactly.
They're all in there.
Okay. That's great. That's great.
I was really excited.
I like the single. I just didn't like the dynamic that added in multiplayer.
No, it made it like you get a hero, you win. I mean,
Yeah.
that's first one to hero wins.
Yeah, that's what it became. You had to
Yeah.
level up your hero, and
Yeah.
it made it hard for us classic traditionalists.
Maybe they'll change it.
Yeah.
They won't. There's no way. That's why that game is what it is.
They just came out with StarCraft instead.
They
Wow.
said, well, let's turn this into an MMO and focus on StarCraft. And then
Yeah.
9 years later, StarCraft 2
But
came
see,
out.
but StarCraft had heroes too in the campaign,
But not in
they
the multi-
removed
Not in
it.
the game, yeah.
They removed it from the
Exactly.
game. That wasn't the case in this.
Yeah, no, true. Hashtag truth.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But a lot of cool stuff coming from Blizzard. There's a really cool World of Warcraft cinematic called. It was just. Did you see that?
What's that?
The Warcraft cinematic with Sourfang.
Oh
and
yeah, it was
Anduin.
awesome.
Dude, whoever does their cinematic.
No, did you see?
Dude, I think the cinematic guy and the pie guy are friends
They have to be.
because they just know what they're doing.
Well,
Blizzard's cinematics blow your
Well,
mind.
they showed face capture at the bubble with the cameras.
Yeah, did you see that?
No, I heard about it though.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. So
So you just
Well,
go sit in there
I
and
feel like
talk?
you even saw like the stubble and stuff, and it was just like, whoa.
yeah, did you see that part where he was in the ball of lights and cameras, and the
No,
actor
no,
was acting out
No.
all the parts in that movie and stuff? Super interesting. I want one of those in my house. Yeah. I want to motion capture myself doing random things around the house.
And put it in a game.
And put it in a game. I really do.
But
No, you got to watch that. It's good.
Okay.
It's really good. I learned a lot. Here's the thing about World of Warcraft. I don't play that game, but I really like the lore of it because I play Hearthstone, and there's a lot of like gems and stories and stuff. And I really like the movie that came out.
Yeah,
and I
we
like
went to the
Tides of
movie, yeah.
Darkness. I mean, I like the Warcraft
Franchise,
world.
yeah.
And they have so much lore and story in that over years and years of Chris Metzen going, "Rrrr,"
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy scares me.
I was sad when he left.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Anyway, the stuff that David wants to talk about is Diablo finished off the opening ceremony to not so good of a reception.
Well,
so let me kind of explain what's
So
going
Diablo,
on.
can we just talk about Diablo? Was rumored that we were going to get some new Diablo news
you can take over.
Okay, yeah.
being on Xbox.
I think Jordan really wants to tell.
Well,
the story.
no. I'll lead up and then you can take over.
It was just
Being
funny how
on
you
being on
said-
Xbox, Diablo 3 being on Xbox made us think, oh, a new Diablo, we'll get it on Xbox. Super exciting, right? Then BlizzCon happened.
Well, and there's been rumors. I mean, Blizzard has been saying
Well,
they've been having
they,
teams working on a Diablo project.
They hired one of the original guys last year to come back. Anyway, there's been a lot of stuff flying around Diablo, and everybody's hoping for. Because let's be honest, if you were there at Diablo 3 launch, not so hot.
Yeah.
Auction House, not really the best.
Diablo
thing.
3's launch on
Yeah,
PC.
Diablo on the very original Diablo
Yeah.
3's launch, and then they fixed all that, and then they came out with Reaper of Souls. You know, they're turning things around. They brought it to the consoles, which is great. One good announcement that we got this week is it's coming to the Switch, which is cool.
Yeah.
Be able to play it wherever you want, on a Switch that it can actually handle a little bit
on
more
a real
than-
gaming device.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah. Just throwing that out there.
on
Just
a
for the
Switch.
yeah. The
But
Switch
this
is cool because it's actually a gaming device for gamers. But this next part, basically, they have this
So-
whole new Diablo experience.
I'm excited because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a Diablo fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm.
well,
very-
everybody is.
I love Diablo, and I'm excited. They're going to announce because this is the last announcement. Everything's building up to this announcement,
And you're like,
at
yes,
BlizzCon.
here we go, Diablo.
Diablo's
Here
coming
we
out.
go.
They're
They're getting
gonna-
ready to stand
Diablo
up.
4, World of Diablo, something.
Diablo Infinite.
Yeah, something's coming. Yeah.
You got
And then they announce it.
you.
What's the name of the game?
I don't
Diablo
know.
Infinite.
It's
Yeah.
Infinite, yeah.
Diablo
But
Infinite.
it's mobile.
It's mobile.
It's only on mobile devices.
Only on Android and iOS.
And then this is the part you guys.
Well,
just-
and what and
Oh,
the people and then yeah, just for
So
the
I
record,
was like-
just hold on, just for the record, we'll explain this.
Okay,
'Cause
when
me
it
and
was
Mark-
announced,
when it
what
was
happened?
announced, it was like it was kind of like how you guys explained when Gears Pops was announced. It was like oh
Yeah, because it's not a real Gears
yeah.
game.
yeah.
You know, it was kind of like that. Well, at least when I was watching, everybody was like oh
Yeah, it really was. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself,
This can't be the last announcement.
well, and they ended, and then I'm
and
thinking,
then the screen went black, and you're
yeah,
kind of.
and they ended, and I'm thinking,
It was one of the like at the Sony conference when you're just.
I'm one of them, and I was thinking, man, it sucks to be a Diablo fan right now.
yeah.
'Cause
And then they
mobile.
did a on stage
Q&A.
question and answer.
Yeah, Q&A. And what happened
present their
is
game.
so the YouTube trailer for the Diablo mobile game had basically it's a ridiculous ratio from dislikes to likes. There's like 45,000 dislikes,
Like
2,000 likes. I mean, it's
200
like
likes.
80,000 dislikes to two. I mean, they're on all the different videos that this mobile version has, right? Obviously people didn't want it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but Diablo mobile version was not first on my list.
No, I think it would be this. This is how you present a Diablo mobile version. You say, "Here's our new Diablo game: PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's coming to all platforms, including mobile." And that's where that gets you an extra, like, oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, it's like
okay,
it's like
I like that.
You
I
do
like
it,
that. You
well,
know?
you do it like Gears did it. Like, hey, here's Gears Pops, and everybody's like, oh, and then here's Gears 5. Yeah, and then everybody, so,
right?
yeah.
It's like an add-on.
Yeah.
But they instead flipped that and made it the main focus, and then they get up on
so
stage.
then they do a Q&A,
and
the
the
first
crowd is packed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 'cause
And it's the
on,
most
it's on
awkward
the Mythic
press-
stage.
It's the most awkward press conference I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah,
life.
It's pretty. It was. But, hey,
Because three poor guys are up there selling their game. Like, yes, Diablo! Diablo! And nobody's clapping.
So one of the questions in the crowd was basically the guy came and he was really nice. IGN seems to take it a different way, but whatever. Sorry, I just really got. Mark knows why.
Yeah, he read a story.
I read a story by IGN, and they were like, "This is not a good way to do your criticism," and it's like.
They said that the people were the questions were rude. They were.
They
rude.
said the questions were rude, and how dare the crowd boo
Oh,
them.
IGN said the questions were rude.
And how dare
No,
the
I
crowd.
don't think the questions were rude. I
Anyway,
watched them.
Anyway, the crowd booed them.
I think the questions were honest.
Yeah.
That's what the questions were.
Yeah.
IGN got upset because they said it was a less constructive way of leaving negative comments on YouTube, which makes no sense because have you seen the comments on YouTube?
Yeah.
I think that
Have
is
you
the
ever read the
most.
comments on YouTube?
Well, they booed the fact. Okay, the question was.
Well, first question was basically he went up there and said, "Hey, a lot of features in this mobile game are what we the PC people have been asking for a while. Is there any chance of this coming to PC?" Valid question.
Yeah.
And they said no. This is strictly for mobile.
strictly
And
iOS,
the crowd
yeah.
booed.
The crowd booed.
And the crowd booed. And then
And
the
then
guy
they
gets up
made
and
it
yells.
worse, yeah, that
they
they
should.
should- they
You shouldn't
shouldn't-
respond in like a
Like that.
We're talking about the
satire.
developer.
The developer
Yeah.
responded. What did he say? He
He
said,
says, "Don't you guys have phones?"
"Yeah."
And
And then
that
the
got big
crowd
boos.
responded.
And people were yelling back at that point. Like,
yeah.
ooh.
Then there was another question that said, he said, "Hey, is this an out of season April Fool's joke?" And the crowd cheered.
Yeah.
So, and IGN apparently was very offended by those, which is kind of ironic because they smash games all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that those were. I
No, I don't think
watched.
they were
I watched
rude.
part of the conference that you guys were showing me. I don't think they were rude. I think they were honest. I think it is disappointing.
No, it
as
is,
as
yeah.
a gamer, your diehard fans are not mobile gamers. Your
Correct.
diehard fans that make this game possible are
That have
PC,
been with you
are
since
PC
day
gamers.
one.
I would focus on PC.
Yeah.
Then you bring it to consoles. Then you bring it to mobile if that's what you want to do afterwards, or bring a mobile add-on. And it felt like a kick in the teeth. The people that were there to watch your conference were there
Were your
because
fan,
you
yeah.
promised them a new Diablo.
They're not mobile. Maybe they've dabbled in Candy Crush. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they don't play these games on mobile devices.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
that's
just
not
think
their
it's
go-to.
it's an out of touch, a very out
Well,
of touch.
what I found
press
Which is
was-
rare,
conference.
which is rare for Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard nails these. That's what Blizzard giving you what you want
Yeah.
Which was
when
what,
you don't know you want it.
what was really interesting is, and you can tell the developers, the three guys. I mean, I feel bad for them because that was just a tough gig, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think they should have made a mobile game, so that's on them.
No, and their
but
game, no, their game.
well, I mean,
could be
I
good.
don't think they should have focused on the mobile game like they did,
Well,
and that's on.
You want to know an
that's
example of
on
how to
their
do
side.
it? Ronan in chat made this point. He says, simply put, they shouldn't have released this as, quote, big news without some actual big news
Yeah.
to follow or proceed.
Well, it's just
Case
like you
in
said.
point, how to do this is the Bethesda conference at E3 where they presented Fallout 76, then Skyrim Mobile, then they followed that up with artwork Skyrim 6 or
Yeah,
the next Elder Scrolls 6 that
yeah.
we're working on.
Yeah.
They didn't make it the main big news
Or-
feature.
Take it 2 years before that when they said, "Oh, here's Fallout Shelter, but here's Fallout 4."
Yeah,
You know?
right? Like it would be like, hey, Fallout news is coming. Leak that. Let them know Fallout news is coming. And then you go and say, we've got a brand new game.
We got new
a brand
t-shirts.
new Fallout Shelter. Like that would have not gone over well.
No.
But because it was an add-on, it was a
Anyway,
huge success.
I feel bad for the developers because they did take a lot of heat, but I mean that's
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
yeah. And honestly, I don't know how you didn't see that one coming. But that's just me. I
think
don't
I
I don't
know.
work for video game.
I think I
video
know,
game-
and this might be unfair,
well, yeah.
but it's called Activision. Like
Well, yeah.
I think that's
Activision
that
is
might
maybe
cloud
stepping
your-
over their boundaries.
Maybe
Well, and-
not.
and
It's
me-
just so out of
well,
character
me
for
and-
Blizzard. No.
Mark and I went on a nice walk over to your house.
We
earlier
did. We walked
today.
over to
you
your
walked- you
house.
walked
And we
this
were
out.
actually
You walked
we-
your anger out.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this, and even Mark and we basically agreed that the data probably says mobile's the way to go because if you think about it, everyone in the world has a phone, right? So everyone in the world is a potential customer,
Yeah.
right? But that being said, not everyone in the world is gonna play Diablo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Diablo
On
still
mobile.
On mobile,
Diablo's
you know,
still
yeah.
niche to gamers.
And what kind of further, I think, put this off is it's actually being co-developed by a completely different studio. and people don't like that it's not in Blizzard's hand. You know what I mean?
Sure,
it's not all the
sure,
way in Blizzard. But that's just a different. That's a side note.
I mean, it's a standalone new part of the story. This takes place between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3.
Okay.
Like, there's more meat to the lore of
Yeah.
Diablo in this. So in order to get that, you'd have to play it.
So how long
that's
is how long
precisely-
is BlizzCon? This whole weekend?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll have an emergency press
Well,
conference
they-
at the end, and they'll
they
announce
did say-
they'll announce a new Blizzard.
They did
or a new
say
Diablo.
earlier today. They did say we have another Diablo project we're working on, and that's
Hey, P.S. guys, we messed up. We do have another Diablo project that we're working on.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Well-
I was super excited because the rumor mill was going
Well, and
crazy about
Diablo's a
Diablo
fun
stuff.
game.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good game, and I just was like, huh, that sucks.
well, and like Mark says, because it's a new addition to the lore, and that's why they got booed when they said it wasn't coming to PC. But what's interesting is I'm watching the conference. You feel bad for the developers because they're doing the best they can with what they have, but
yeah, they were getting.
they're getting hammered. The one guy said, "Look, this is every time we bring Diablo to a new platform, we bring in new features, and we always take those features back to the old game." And he talked about how they brought it to console, and then they brought some of those features over to PC. The problem is 20 minutes earlier they said this game is only mobile. That's it. So that comment doesn't really.
You're getting mixed messaging.
Yeah, you don't. It was a tough press conference, man. It was tough.
I
and
will
you
s-
were on the Mythic stage. That's the big one.
Yeah, that's the big boy.
What's so funny about it's like E3 when we were at E3, the Microsoft conference, and they announced Pop Gears.
Yeah.
everyone was like before they announced
They're getting
it was
hyped for Gears 5?
They showed the Gears logo. Everyone's
Yes,
screaming,
yes,
and it goes.
But
it was
then
hilarious.
they announced a real Gears, and the crowd went
Gears
wild again.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Imagine.
Just picture them not announcing anything.
and that's exactly what it was. Everyone was so excited, and then
just awkward. It got real awkward real quick.
And then it was like, and you can't play this unless you're on.
No,
your
there's
phone.
nothing wrong with I like, for instance, Bethesda's the example of how to do it right. That Skyrim mobile game, it looks cool. I will probably purchase it.
I probably won't. to
Well,
be
I mean,
honest.
like-
it looks cool, but I probably won't.
But it wasn't the main. It
Here's
wasn't
an
the main
example.
announcement. It
Here's
wasn't
an-
sold as their big announcement.
Here's an example. So Fallout Shelter is a mobile game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
Extremely popular. I was at a lunch with some clients. A whole bunch of people were there, and there was girls talking about it. I mean, their ages 18 to 30. And they were talking about Fallout Shelter.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, you guys are Fallout fans. I love Fallout. I've been playing it forever. And they're like, wait, what's Fallout? Is it actually a thing?
Yeah.
That's a very different
Demographic.
Demographic.
Than your main fan base.
from the fan base. They didn't even know Fallout was a thing. They just saw it on their Android device and they download it and they enjoy it,
Yeah.
But like you said, the hardcore fans know their game.
Yeah.
They're we're gamers. We want to play it on our stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's interesting. BlizzCon. I mean, BlizzCon's still got a lot of good stuff, so be sure to watch it. That just happened to be the big news.
Well,
of
it was
BlizzCon,
the
'cause
most
it
awkward
really
press
was,
conference
yeah.
I've ever seen in
And
my entire life.
I mean, like, I was disappointed as well, and they're only human, man. Like, I feel bad for him, but I don't know. I just like, if I was sitting in that room and they're like, guys, all right, Warcraft, new cinematic, Starcraft, you're doing this. Oh, new hero for Overwatch. Diablo, what do you got? We got a mobile game.
That's what's so strange.
I would
about
have
it.
kind of, I don't know. I feel like I would have raised my hand and said, guys, maybe we should just
What's so strange
announce
is
something else.
Blizzard has always been. I mean, they play their games too. They're fans of their own games.
One, maybe it's really fun.
I don't understand the disconnect is their audience doesn't necessarily play mobile. They play on PCs.
Yeah.
The majority of them play on PCs on all their games. We have Diablo and Overwatch on consoles, but those are kind of neglected in a way. I mean, it's a PC based developer. And the disconnect, I don't know where that disconnect happened. I mean,
Well, and
who doesn't raise their? Maybe they're not allowed to raise their hand and say, "I'd never play this." I don't know. You know what I mean?
What if we put this on PC
Like,
and then brought it to mobile?
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Morheim said that, and now he's gone. Now Activision booted him and gave his job to someone else.
Can we move on to some Red Dead Redemption news?
Oh, yeah,
good
okay.
news for online.
So
at
this
least
is
presumably good news.
well, no,
about their
yeah.
online servers and how they're going to work and who they've contracted with.
Yeah, so they've teamed up with Akami, which is a content delivery network, CDN provider, which is content delivery network. Now, what they do is, well, here, let me read it because
Here, I got it. I got it up for you. Basically, I'll summarize it. Basically, what their network services does, a CDN, is it it pushes you towards the nearest server, towards your house, which then connects you to a main server, and it just speeds up. It decreases ping. It speeds up download times. Basically, it ensures that your servers are smooth and fast, and you never have...
It offloads stuff off of Rockstar servers.
Yeah, and you never have any issues with it.
So
this is huge
to
hear that they've contracted with
Akami is the largest CDN service provider on the planet. They have over 2,200 edge servers. That's what they call their servers. Yeah. The ones closest, they're called edge servers, which you connect to, which then connects to Rockstar, right?
Yeah.
This new deal will help Rockstar Games lift all the heavy load off their servers, which if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto 5...
You understand.
Yeah, you understand.
Oh, you
now,
understand.
What's really interesting is, this is super good for Red Dead Online, which is coming, I believe, November 18th, so not too far away. But Rockstar did say, just so you know, we're expecting issues on day one. And they're calling it that's why they called it a beta, right? Mm-hmm. So when it launches on day one, it is called a beta, and it'll slowly transition into the full game. But they did say that there's probably going to be issues on day one. Now, and I'm thinking that's understandable.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you think of the single player of Red Dead, imagine taking all that to multiplayer. I mean, that's a heavy feat. So, and a lot of server power. But anyway, the biggest news, though, is that they hooked up with Akami, the CDN provider, which is awesome. Because now you have the edge servers that you'll connect to, which the edge server... What's really cool... I just find this fascinating, so I'm gonna tell you. So the edge server caches all the content on the server that a player got. So when another player comes in, the content's already there.
Yeah,
and that's what reduces that ping, that offload on there. So it's just super cool how it works, right?
Yeah.
So Red Dead Online, a lot of good stuff happening. November 18th, I believe. I could be a little wrong. It's around that time.
Sure,
but very, very cool. So, yeah. Battlefield 5.
I mean, like I said, I think Grand Theft Auto was the alpha, and they learned, hey, our servers suck.
I sure hope so.
Let's spend part of our $735 million that we just gained in our first 3 months to 3 days to buy.
That's probably
really
actually
good,
what happened. Like, oh,
really
geez,
good
we have
service.
money. Go buy that.
If Grand Theft Auto 5 was the alpha, then Grand Theft Auto 4 was what was that?
The pre-build. Concept.
Because
it was
the exact same thing. The cell phone sucked at calling your friends, and
it was concept.
I feel like it got worse with Grand Theft Auto 5.
So, this is going to be really cool. And like David said, Red Dead Redemption made $725 million, $35 million in 3 days.
It's the largest weekend opening for any entertainment
media.
Yeah, any entertainment.
So it beats movie. It beats everything.
Everything. Gaming is legit. Basically, is what that
Red
says.
Dead Redemption is legit.
The Red Dead Redemption.
I'd say Rockstar.
Rockstar is.
Hey, you know what's interesting?
Yo,
maybe it's because I don't watch TV, but I haven't. Usually, when a Grand Theft Auto game or a Rockstar game comes out, there's protesters out in the streets about stuff they don't know what they're talking about. I didn't see any of this time.
I mean, when you're pulling in $735 million, there might be. You just pay someone to squash them.
Oh, okay. Because usually you see, and maybe it's because it's not the grand. Anyway, I won't get into that. But moving on.
No, I mean you have a valid point.
I just get angry at people.
Well, for being dumb.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I mean,
moving on.
One of my favorite John Wayne quotes of all time is, "Life sucks. Life's tough. It's even tougher if you're stupid." I love that. I love that quote.
Oh, that's funny. So, moving on, Battlefield 5 had a little trailer today showing off all their maps that will launch with Battlefield 5. They're all looking really good. I'll tell you that Frostbite engine is nice.
Yeah,
So
really
is
nice.
that Rage engine.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
the Rage engine's an interesting thing. The Rage engine is the Rockstar
Advanced Gaming Engine.
Yeah, Advanced Gaming Engine. It's what they use on all their Rockstar games. It's interesting because a lot of people new to the series kind of find it's different. And I feel like this Red Dead Redemption 2 game is a lot more constrictive in a way, but that's because the guy that you're moving is animated in a very realistic manner.
Yeah.
Like, I'll compare it to like the old soccer FIFA games or the old Madden games. When you move the joystick left, they didn't adapt to turn left. They just moved left.
They just turned.
Dink, 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 right?
Kind of like an old Street Fighter, left, right,
Yeah.
left, right. Yeah.
Well, in this game, the character animates to turn left. And you'll notice if you walk hard, turn hard to the right, he almost leans into his turns. You know, it's an interesting engine you got to get used to. And once you're used to it, it feels actually really good.
Yeah.
Because it has all that detail in it.
The detail, and it feels different. But I've seen a lot of stuff like in Discord and stuff where people are not used to the engine, and so it feels almost janky, I guess is the word. But I mean, once you get used to it, it actually feels really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the physics of running your horse into a tree at full throttle and getting flipped off.
It's realistic physics.
Oh my goodness! You want to know something interesting about that game?
What?
I think I've told you this.
Yeah.
I'm wanted in every county over $100 because I was on top of a train.
Because you were trying to do the shoot
Freaking government,
shoot birds,
man.
The government
shoot birds
gets ya.
from a train.
That's one of the challenges. I have to shoot birds from a moving train, and I got on the train, and apparently that's against the law. And so I'm on this train, and I'm waiting for birds, and everyone's calling the cops on me, and I'm going through every county because the train goes everywhere. And then all of a sudden the train stops because he's letting the cops catch up. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just go start the train again. Instant like $300 problem.
Because you at that point
Now,
stole the train.
I stole the train.
And you're a and you have guns. You have brandished weapon.
Yeah.
On top.
I think the realism in this game is hilarious, frustrating, and funny, and there's so many emotions while you play this game.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So moving on, we do have Battlefield 5. Like I said, it came out with a trailer showing off all their maps, which is really cool, all the maps that'll be at launch. They did talk about the game after launch, and they'll be bringing more maps, more of the, what do they call them, the grand operations and all that stuff, which is really cool. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. If you're a Battlefield fan and you've been kind of put off by Battlefield 5, watch this trailer. It's a little bit better. It's showing off the game and the maps and stuff. So it's just strictly gameplay. And David and I both played at E3. The gameplay is solid.
So
it's good stuff.
So good.
Just watch this trailer. It might change your mind a little bit about some of the previous stuff that's been happening. But coming out in November as well, which I don't know, man. You got Red Dead Online coming out, and you got Battlefield coming out.
It's going to be
a lot of people.
We've got a lot of game choices.
Yeah.
We have what a time.
I'm overwhelmed.
What a time to be a gamer.
Because I still have to finish Assassin's Creed because I love that
I'm not
game.
finishing
That's
that
a
until
great
Christmas,
game.
man.
That's on the back
I've
burner
already
permanently
accepted
for
it.
you, huh? Some big news. Some other big news came out for Red Dead Redemption this week. Fake HDR, basically, is what Red Dead Redemption is being accused of. Basically, what is happening on all consoles, all places, is that HDR setting. Red Dead Redemption is telling you it is HDR, but when you go and they measure the brightness and contrast and levels, it's actually processing in standard definition. Rockstar hasn't mentioned anything. It sounds like it's just a software glitch, so I imagine a patch will fix it. A lot of Forbes Gaming, for instance, had an article that suggested just turn off HDR in settings on your Xbox One X or on your PlayStation or wherever you're playing, and recalibrate your TV, and it'll actually look better in standard definition than in HDR.
So I turned my HDR off. The game looks way better.
Didn't Digital Foundry talk about it?
I didn't watch Digital Foundry. I'm sure
because
they
made it
Digital
sound like
Foundry
they made it sound like, and I may be wrong, but they made it sound like it's I don't know what you would call it, but like upscaled HDR type of thing.
Yeah, but it's basically
like it's a technique.
Checkerboard.
But basically,
Checkerboard
it's just not working.
Oh, okay.
That's basically what it is.
The HDR's broke.
Standard definition looks better than the HDR.
Is that what they're saying? It's broke, or are they saying like it's just how
Rockstar hasn't said anything?
No,
Rockstar hasn't said anything. Yeah, this is all the articles. Forbes, I really trust and like Forbes Gaming.
Yeah.
Go figure. But they suggest, and you turned it off, McSpicy.
No, I turned it off too.
And you turned it off.
It looks really good.
And it looks really
better.
good.
It looks better than
yeah. HDR basically, because of the way the settings are, HDR muddles the picture a little bit. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Are they saying like it's a glitch, or are they saying like that's just how Rockstar did it? You know what I mean? That's what I'm curious about.
They don't know.
Oh.
Basically, Rockstar hasn't said anything. So
you know what's funny?
If it is a glitch, Rockstar will patch that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you know what's funny is I was just talking about how like I kind of get a little upset when like Playground Games isn't transparent.
Yeah.
But Rockstar like
and
they never say
and we
anything.
don't criticize them at all.
Well, what's funny is they don't say anything regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, good
They
or
just,
bad.
They just made $720 million. They don't care.
That's FU money.
Yeah.
That's why
They have
FU money. When you have FU money, people can't complain because all they do is show you their wallet, and you're like, "You're right, I can't complain."
They're accused of overworking their workers. They don't say anything because they don't have to. They have the pedigree where they don't have to say anything.
FU money.
I think it's on both sides. If you have zero money, they're not going to go after you either.
Yeah, that's true. So you got to be at either extreme. You got to be
Either
dirt
extreme.
poor that no one cares.
Dirt poor that they what are they going to take my pencil?
Yeah, we're gonna take
Okay.
the shirt off my back. Go ahead.
Usually my life is a punishment for
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, take it. Then I don't have to worry about getting dressed in the morning. That's all I have to worry
Thanks.
about right now.
That's yeah.
Or so you got to be either just super dirt poor that no one's gonna come after you, or so rich
That
that you can just say,
you just go. You can
F
laugh.
it. You can
See
just
ya.
F you money to the world.
That's
Yeah,
what we got to do.
It's all of us in the middle that get screwed.
So have goals on either side. That middle ground.
Have a goal to be either super unsuccessful and the loserest loser of all time, or super stinging rich
Yeah, that's your goal
with
in
FU
life.
money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Well, the reason I asked is because they say fake HDR. So that's what I'm saying. Are they accusing Rockstar of like taking a shortcut or blah blah blah? You know,
it sounds like it's a software glitch.
and I'm not saying that checkerboard or anything is a shortcut, but you do what you have to work with the hardware you have. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm asking. But the thing is even with the fake or let's say the game doesn't have HDR, it's still one of the best looking games
It's still beautiful,
on the
yeah.
market. Even
It's
if it didn't
still
have
beautiful.
4K.
I'll tell you what, you want to play a game because I got my 4K HDR monitor last week. If you want to play a game that you notice a giant difference in HDR, Forza Horizon 4, they did that right. The colors, and then when you turn it off, because so what happens is I play and then I have to turn it off when I stream.
Uh-huh.
When you turn it off, it's like the screen it's still 4K, but it's like it's a little dull. Like it's weird.
Yeah,
like
it's
how
deeper
how your
contrast.
mind just adjusts to stuff. It's like when you go back and watch VHS movies and you're like, oh my god, how did we watch that? You know?
Yeah.
Just because you're used to higher quality. Anyways, no, Rockstar, I'm sure that if it is something that they can patch in, I'm sure they'll patch it. We'll see though. Regardless, like you said, it does look beautiful. But yeah, if you are on HDR, take it off. Go to SDR, standard definition. Just go to settings. Just uncheck HDR mode on the Xbox One X, and you'll be good. McSpicy can testify it looks better.
and you'll be golden.
I mean, it looked good before.
Maybe what they did is they reversed it. So when you're on SDR, that's actually HDR. And
As a joke, hey, look what I put
let's-
in there.
Let's do this for fun. Let's trick these guys.
Let's see if they notice.
The next couple news stories we already talked about, the Overwatch Heroes and Cinematics Mixer Season 2, which is really cool. But the last news story, very interesting. Got a little Anthem news for you again.
we do
Anthem
got some
is
Anthem
back.
news. It's back, baby.
Back in the rotation.
It's like, hey
If you
guys, do you forget this?
Oh,
I know
Red
you
Dead
forget
came out.
this?
Did you
Yeah.
forget me? All these other games coming out. Don't forget me.
This is basically what they said. They're like,
coming out soon.
Red Dead came out this week. Bam, Iron Man stuff. They did, yeah.
Hey, drop the Iron Man suit.
Yeah. So what they did is they went through every javelin. They went through all the ults and how they fly, and I think even some melee stuff. Basically, all the animations of each different javelin. They are awesome. So, Mark, you've already seen this because you got a good peek at E3.
They're
but
really cool.
there's this. Okay, let's just start with the Storm guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
which I will probably be playing.
Yeah.
He's
So-
he's like the Magneto.
Yeah.
He
They
floats-
took Magneto and Iron Man.
it's exactly what they did.
So he basically floats up, he magnetos it, and then he just like calls on the power of Zeus
He does
and just slams
blows
down. So yeah,
everything
it
below
was
him.
so cool. And then Genji, I don't know his javelin, but that's what I call him, Genji.
Okay,
you know,
fair
everybody
enough,
knows
yeah.
which one I'm talking about, the green one.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see his because I was looking somewhere else, but he was anyway. The other one I liked, I think it's just the base javelin, or not the base javelin, but like the jack of all trades javelin. He jumped up and did like this homing missiles to everybody, which was pretty cool. Their melees were cool. The big honking tank one had like a fire thing that he was shooting at people, burning them alive.
Do you know what I really like?
Violence. It was awesome.
Did it show off kind of the combos with?
No,
other
it just showed.
javelins?
It just showed like it was 7 seconds of each javelin. Just,
Okay.
here's the javelin. There's their ability. Here's the javelin. Here's their ability. But it showed each of them flying though.
One of
that's
the,
cool.
I don't know if. Oh, that's cool.
This is what yeah.
Can
Sorry.
you
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go
Can
ahead.
I say?
You go ahead. No, I'll say mine.
Because what the stuff I saw at E3, I don't know if they've shown this, but like they have the Magneto guy go up, and then he lightnings everything below him, and then the other guy does the missiles all on top of all the other guys. You remember in Guild Wars 2 how you could combo specific attacks and it does more damage because they're synergetic?
Yes.
This does that with
Yeah.
their abilities, and it makes it very, very cool as like a team. I'm going to do this. Okay, once you do the lightning, which hurts them, I'm going to do the fire, which does a synergetic kind of thing with all the people, right?
Yeah.
Like the Guild Wars thing where you could
exactly
amplify all the synergies. So I really like that. I really like that in this game. It's going to make some really fun team fights go on. So,
yeah. So the big guy for his ultimate just had a big old honking gun, like from Titanfall. I just went back and watched Genji. He basically does what Genji does. He pulls out knives and he just goes crazy on everybody.
They're like knife whips.
Yeah. But what's
like
really
the Doctor
cool?
Strange whip thing.
What's really cool is when they showed the flying with the javelins. And I think we've talked about this before, but the detail in the animation when they fly is so cool because when they flip and dodge, they actually kind of like have to rebalance themselves because their arms kind of like fly back.
Yeah.
And like they really just watched Iron Man and just made all those animations perfect.
I know.
But anyway, it's super cool. This is what I was telling you about when he flips and see how he kind of has to like catch himself again, and they do it on the other ones. But anyway, you can watch these videos. IGN has them. YouTube has them. Just basically Anthem, every javelin and ability, and it goes and shows them all. This game, I think, is going to be just as ambitious as Red Dead 2 if they deliver on a lot of things they promised. I mean, Rockstar has delivered, and they have the pedigree of delivering on what they promise. This is from BioWare. BioWare makes some good games, but they've had a doozy every now and then, right? So, I mean, and this is an ambitious project, so I'm hoping that EA just...
that it delivers.
Yeah, because it looks awesome. And I think it can take out Destiny.
I mean,
and Destiny's got a huge,
if it does, I mean, everybody, even
I mean,
Destiny
I guess it's not ever going to
players
take
are like, whoa.
you're not ever going to take out something like
When
that.
you're
But I mean,
looking
it can dent it for
what
sure.
Anthem can do if they can deliver on what they're doing, and you have the BioWare pedigree of choices and
and that's where
story and dialogue. It's going to be interesting to see how that rolls. That brings us to the next portion of our show. This is our mailbag. This is where we take questions from the mailbag. To submit a question to the mailbag, all you have to do is subscribe to us over on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming. Help grow the show and the community. Help us build a studio so that we can create more content and take this gig full time and get a question submitted to the mailbag. First question, actually just right off of yours. It comes from Michael Mitchell.
All right.
He has a question about Anthem.
Oh.
It's actually not on there because it was really long, so I have it on my phone here. But he basically wants to know, hold on, let me get to the question. He says, my worry is that, this is from Michael Mitchell, my worry is that Anthem, being sort of a shared world... What are you guys laughing at?
I'm laughing at
There's a GIF.
I actually saw a GIF.
The GIF.
The
You
mailbag
did the
GIF.
Blues Clues mail
mail.
in chat.
Oh, man, GIFs are awesome.
If you haven't seen the show live, you got to come over mixer.com/X1Bros. Check us out. So here's what Michael Mitchell says. He says, my worry is that with Anthem being sort of a shared world shooter as well as like a Division or Destiny, and he argues that Destiny or Division, part of what makes them great is they had rocky starts, but they stuck with it and they developed the games and came out of those rocky starts and became successful. He says, my worry is that Anthem being a shared world shooter as well, but under EA and BioWare, that BioWare's track record doesn't show that they know how to stick with the game if it doesn't do well. This game has so much potential, and even if it doesn't live all the way up to it at launch, there is no way, just looking at the potential shown from the Division and Destiny, that it can't become something amazing with time. Do you guys worry that if the sales numbers aren't up to par, that EA will let this property die? The reason I think this can be a part of the conversation is because they haven't been doing a good job marketing the end game stuff and how the game will live a few weeks after launch. Anyways, thanks for what you all do, and keep up the good work. Do you worry that it being under EA, that if it doesn't deliver, if it has a rocky start, Division had a little bit of a rocky start, Destiny had a little bit of a rocky start. They stuck it out. They developed it. Look at where those franchises are now. Mm-hmm. EA, worry there? Not a worry? What do you guys think?
I mean, it's speculation that it'll not. I don't know. So it's hard.
And in all fairness, Division and Destiny didn't have rocky starts.
Good question.
It
hard
just
question.
didn't live up to the hype that was there. There was some disappointment, but overall, it had a very loyal, strong player base. Number one played game, especially in Destiny's case, for a long time.
No, I don't want to say it. Go for it, Jordan.
Okay, well, that's actually a super interesting question. It makes me think about a lot of things, and
like
I'm
what?
going to tell you what I'm thinking about.
Tell me what you're thinking about.
He has a point. EA doesn't have the best track record when it comes to certain games, right?
Sure.
But if you think about Battlefield 4, It was not that great at launch.
Terrible.
It had awful net code, everything like that. Now, given that
But that's not a new
franchise,
IP.
given
Yeah,
that
that wasn't a brand
given
new
that
IP.
that's EA's flagship franchise, DICE did turn it around, and by the end,
They had no choice.
You can only go up.
I mean, by the end, and even now, when you go back and play it, the net code is fixed. Everything like that game is really, really good, right? So they have done it before. Now,
Where Anthem's
with
the
the
new
amount
IP.
of money that you can tell that they've put into this game, I think EA's got to have something. You know what I mean? Like they got to have some
A
type of
fail-safe?
some type of contingency in case
They
it
have
does do
a
bad.
big red button that erases everything.
Anyway, so when you
Torches
said
the building.
so when you said that first part, I immediately thought of Battlefield 4 because I mean, to EA's credit, they did turn instead of just going okay, scrap it, make Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5 or whatever, right? They did turn that game around.
It took
They
a
did
long
release
time.
Hardline, which was stupid, but
But that was
they turned that game. Well, Hardline wasn't
It was a side.
It was
the equivalent of Vietnam.
It was the equivalent
or-
of Fable 3. It was not $60 worth. It should have been it should have been a Vietnam.
It should have been a $20.
Yeah, it was not
add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different story. Anyway, so to EA's credit, they did do that thing with Battlefield 4. Now, like you guys said, this is a new IP. They don't know where it's going, but I mean,
I think
I would like to think that EA's not stupid, and neither is BioWare, and they can see, look, this is what the Division is doing, this is what Destiny's doing, there's a market there.
Yeah.
Our game is awesome.
And I think
Like,
I
have
think-
Iron Man.
I think just like we discussed earlier with Mixer coming in, there's always first mover advantage.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're the first to be successful in an industry. You have first mover advantage, but there are some advantages to being second or third mover in that you can see the mistakes that were made and you cannot make those mistakes, or you can. Blizzard is a great example of a second or third mover advantage in they take something that's been built and they perfect it.
Yeah.
EA does have the advantage of hindsight of things like the Division and Destiny, what they did right, what they did wrong, and they can take those. They can Blizzard it, right? They can take the advantages that do
Well-
exist from doing something second.
I mean, what hurt Battlefield 4 wasn't the gameplay; it was the net code.
It was
Yeah.
the
Right?
rush, bugs, netcode, everything.
And we
It
know
was-
this is a,
it
this
was
is
pretty
a
much
multiplayer
everything.
game.
To be
You couldn't. Yeah. I don't know. I think that they just can't. They just shouldn't screw up. That would solve everything. Just make it awesome.
Well, I mean, they're in a tight spot right now because you have, you have the whole Battlefront 2 issue, which, in my opinion, I think Disney had more to deal with that than people tend to give credit to. But that's just me. That's just my conspiracy.
yours.
That's my
Yeah.
conspiracy theory. And then you got the whole Battlefield 5 announcement that wasn't received very well, right? So I mean, you're not. I mean, you got to deliver. But as at the end of that question, the second part of that question, post content or end game and stuff like that, I think they've already talked about they're not charging for post content. So like little DLCs and stuff like that. Now I may be wrong. I feel like I read that somewhere or something like that. They did talk about a while ago no microtransactions that will benefit you in the game,
Yeah, it's gonna be
as opposed to
it's gonna be
cosmetics. I mean,
cosmetics.
and no one cares about that.
Yeah.
But so I mean, they're obviously taking the right steps. But I think we'll learn more about Endgame, and this is just theory as we get closer because it's what is it, January, February when this game's coming out? Q1 of 2019 is I think the release date of it.
Of Anthem?
Yeah, or am I
You're way off.
way off? What game am I thinking?
It's like
of?
May. And I think it might have even been pushed back after that.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
what am I thinking
stopped
of?
listening.
What comes
What's
out
going
next?
on?
What comes out next year in January? That's really big.
I don't know.
Okay, well I'm gonna look that up because I feel like
Okay.
there's a big one. Anyway, I think as we get closer, maybe a month or two off, they'll start announcing, just to get that hype rolling again, right? Because you don't want to give, all your eggs in one basket, right?
Yeah.
You gotta stay relevant. So I think
Absolutely.
we'll learn more about Endgame, but that's a really good question.
Great question, Michael Mitchell. Appreciate it. Next question comes from the one and only, the man with the tan. It's Free Radical. Free Radical writes in and asks.
Oh yeah, February 22nd.
You said January.
Well, I said January, Q1.
Oh, my bad.
You
For some
said
reason, I thought
Q1?
oh,
If
no.
you said Q1,
I'm
I'd
confused because it was supposed to be released this last
That's
May.
right, yeah. And then
now
they
it's
delayed
February.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
confused.
yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
No, you're good. It's okay.
Free Radical says, with Red Dead Redemption 2 delivering on changing what people expect from an immersive game, what advice would you give to Project Red? How do you think this might change Destiny 3 or other games in this genre or the expectations thereof? Mr. McSpicy.
Project Red. I think they just do their thing.
They stay with it.
They
stick
just
with it.
do their thing. They took an awesome book series and turned it into one of the greatest games I've ever played. I don't think anybody can give them advice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they should.
Do you think what things do you think? I mean, they're similar in that they're building these big, massive, ambitious worlds. And they did a successful job with Witcher. This looks much more Rockstar-ish. Cyberpunk looks a lot more Rockstar-ish, style-ish in the world. Do you think is there one thing that they could take from Red Dead Redemption? What would it be for you?
Red Dead Redemption? I don't.
Two.
I honestly don't know. I mean, we're talking about two of the greatest developers when it comes to building these kinds of games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pretend to give them
them advice.
What about other games?
You just do.
You give them money.
Some creatives, some people just are so good
Just
at
let
what they
go.
do. You just let them go.
Leave them alone in a room.
Just do what you think is best.
Yeah.
I mean, even your barber today. You just said, you know what? You're the professional. You tell me.
And look at this hair. Look at this wave, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
It looks good.
He used this goop stuff. What was it? Pomade? Pomade?
Pomade? Is that pomade? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I buy it in the catalog all the
You
time.
just said, I trust you. You're the professional.
And then he did my hair, and I sent a picture to my wife, and she was drooling. Okay? She was drooling.
Yeah.
Let me tell
That's
you.
what
Look
I'm
at
saying.
this. Barber Blake did this, styled it.
With his bare hands.
I'm set. He's changed my whole style.
I was there. He used his bare hands.
Yeah, he's changed my entire style. Then he busted out a blow dryer to get the
He
wave
did.
going.
Did he pull it out of his holster?
I think I'm a blow dryer man now. Get the volume. Look how voluminous this is. Normally my hair lays flat.
let me give it the camera.
Let me, right here.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me
Right
get
here.
The camera. There.
Put this on me. Normally, look at this volume. Look at that wave. It's on point and it's not stiff. This is not a stiff, crunchy wave.
Look at this. When I run my hands
oh
through
yes, look at
it
look at
returns to its natural
Well,
form. Well,
no,
kind of.
no,
So it
Natural
doesn't-
habitat.
It doesn't. You just messed.
Oh,
You
that's-
just
I
messed up
cannot
the wave.
believe you just touched another man's wave.
Don't mess with my wave though. But look at this, man. This is the wave of the century right here. You know, I was like a 7.
Arthur Morgan has a wave like that.
I was like a 7 when I went.
Does he really? Because my guys hit my Arthur Morgan has terrible
he does
hair.
have pomade. or
Yeah,
something
I
that
gotta
you put
go
in his
buy
hair.
pomade because I'm looking.
I
like
need a haircut.
I'm looking like a hooligan.
So
I
for the
look like
record,
an old-
when I went into the barber, I was like a 7, maybe a solid 7.8. I'm like a 10 now,
10 and a half.
maybe a 9.5, maybe.
Oh man.
How did we? I don't know how we. Oh, just let him go. Let the creatives do their thing.
CD Projekt Red. I wouldn't pretend to give them advice.
When people
Yeah.
are good at what they do, they're
Yeah.
good at what
I'll
they
turn
do.
They
you
are good
off.
what they do.
I'll turn you off.
I
'cause you were
think
just turned
Warner
on.
Brothers publishes them. I think that's all they say. It's like, hey,
Go.
we'll see you when you're ready.
Here's
They
your
don't
money.
even bother them.
Here's your money. Go. What about other games? What do you think? What do you think people are going to take from what Rockstar has been able to do in realizing this fully interactive world? I think it's going to be primarily world building that games take, and I think games are going to focus on creating a living, breathing world.
I think they just make linear games and just get out of the game altogether.
Who is this?
Other
developers.
game developers.
Just
Because
give
how
up.
do you, I mean, how
Just
do you
give up.
Just
Just give up.
Well, I
That's
think you're
my
gonna-
advice.
I think you're going to
Just give
take
up.
stuff like when we watch the
No,
Digital
yes, yeah.
Foundry videos, for instance, how they handle their day-night cycles, how they handle shadows, how they handle clouds. I think you're going to see that mimicked, obviously, in other games, probably still from that type of stuff. As far as storytelling, you'll probably see similar storytelling.
I mean, didn't Rockstar change the way they develop games for this game? I mean, they
Oh, yeah.
completely restructured their whole. I mean, they put they just did it,
Yeah.
and they did So I mean this is wow.
Whoa.
That's all I have to say about that.
Wowzers. Great question, Free Radical. What do you think, actually, before we move on from Free Radical, what do you think the expectation now is from these types of games? Jordan,
Honestly,
what is the expectation that's been set?
I don't want to be the next
Here.
open world game that comes out.
Yeah, because
You want to be the one after that.
you
one.
want to be the one after the next one that fails.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, I mean, Rockstar is so good at what they do, and like we said, they and same with CD Projekt Red. I mean, they're really good at what they do. And what's cool about CD Projekt Red is actually The Witcher 3 was their first open world game because 1 and 2
Yeah, they weren't.
were
very
linear.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, like Mark said, some people are just creative, and that's what you got over at CD Projekt Red and with Rockstar, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a lot of talented developers out there. Like the Assassin's Creed Odyssey is really good, but the way that CD Projekt Red in The Witcher and Rockstar in a lot of their games, with Red Dead Redemption 2 being the latest one, the way they make their world feel alive is what puts them over the edge.
Yeah.
And it's little stuff like sucking the snake out of some guy's leg, and then he buys you a gun.
Well,
20 minutes, an hour
and
later.
I think that's exactly what the
shrinkage.
Well, I think that's exactly what the expectation is. No more is it going to be acceptable to have a world that does not react to you. Mm-hmm. That where you don't have an influence on the world, it can't feel dead. Perfect example of that is Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs did not feel like a living, breathing world. It felt like robots walking around, and then cutscenes. Right, like Watch Dogs just did not do that good of a job. It didn't live up to that standard. But I think if you're going to do these types, even in the linear world, you're going to have to give the player the feeling that they are a part of this world and what they do has an effect and changes it. Like that's the expectation that has been set from here.
What's
on out.
super fascinating is there's this YouTube channel called Gamers, which I think you talked to them a while back on the show. But anyway, they do a lot of history of, and they did one of Red Dead just a while ago.
Yeah.
And what's super fascinating about it is they talked about, like what you said, they talked about in the original Red Dead Redemption, since it's set back in the West, how do they make the world feel alive? As in Grand Theft Auto, you have people and stuff walking around. So they thought to put the animals in and have each animal act, basically have its own behavior, have have the whole hunting thing, because it makes the
interesting
world feel alive. Anyway, I think it's it's thinking like that, right? That's what sets them apart. Same with CD Projekt Red, right?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Very cool. Great question. Thank you very much, Free Radical, for writing in. McSpicy, I want to get your opinion on this next question here. Samsonite99 writes in, and he says, I was daydreaming at work this morning about the world of Red Dead Online. In my dreams, I saw online poker and my own horse ranch where I could breed horses for cashola, or possibly create a new breed of race Viking war horse.
Of course.
Or maybe start
That's what you want. That's a staple.
Or maybe start my own casino or brothel. With the evolution of GTA Online becoming its totally own thing over the years, what do you hope, beyond hope, might be developed for Red Dead Online?
I mean, I talked about this in general. I want a game where I can have my own private place on the map that is an actual location.
Yeah, I think permanent. I mean, GTA Online did that, but it was in instances.
It was in instances, and it was everyone could have the same thing. No, I want my own.
You want your own,
which is probably impossible to do, right?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. I mean, Minecraft does it. You want a Minecraft in Red Dead Redemption, being able to build your own barn.
No, I mean, just like a place where I can go, come on, guys, come play poker.
And we all check out your place.
And then we torch it.
Yeah, there you go, you
and
jerk.
We torch it.
Yeah, then I want to high noon you.
I want to see posses. I want us to have a giant posse to where when we're on and there's an XOB next to your name.
That would be so cool.
If you kill, this is the precedent that I want to set. If another player or another clan kills someone with XOB next to their name,
we all go.
All hell breaks
That's
loose.
my brother.
Yeah, we kill
Someone
them.
comes into the saloon. They killed Jeff.
We go after them forever.
Oh yeah.
We put out a bounty over in Discord, and we say anybody with this tag kill on the spot.
Didn't we have something like that happen in Ark a while back?
We did have that.
Ark had its own. Yeah, that's a whole another story.
No, I want to be like, I want the
and then the little kid having the newspaper will tell all about all our endeavors.
The gang war.
Dude, that would be cool, actually, in Red Dead Online, where so for instance, EVE Online, is it EVE Online? Yeah, EVE Online is this space simulator MMO where the story plays out over time, and eventually you reach a point where the entire galaxy goes to war, and these are all individual players spending individual money and warships fighting against each other, and then news comes out, and they talk about it, and like, here's what happened in this event, here's the power structure. That's what I want in Grand Theft Auto. I want, when we do something as a gang, the XoneBros gang, and we're 1,000 strong in there. We're in the newspaper, the local newspaper in town, like.
No, yeah. Imagine our clan just protecting each other. Oh
Dude.
my gosh! And then we'd have some wild cards doing something they shouldn't,
and we're
like, oh my gosh!
Some micas. We'll have some micas.
Some micas out there, and we're just like,
we're forced into feuds just to preserve honor.
Dang it, Will! He's our brother. He's our brother. We've got to go.
We have we have a couple Leroy Jenkins. Let's be honest.
You're one of them. We didn't want to go to battle with those guys. We got to.
Yeah.
They killed this dude. Well, but he went and shot him up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's one of ours.
He's one of us. He's family.
Dude, that would be awesome. Oh. That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's ultimately what I want.
You would pull us into so many fights, David. You really would.
It would be cool if you could,
I would do it on accident
if
because
you could
I'm
have
a terrible driver.
If you could have a leadership structure and we could vote, and then I like so let's say I'm the leader,
meeting?
and I have a town meeting, and I decide so we're going to war. We are going to war with those guys. Take over their town. Let's do this. And we all ride in horses.
A whooping and a whopping.
We're holding people hostage. They have to come and take them. Oh, it'd be so awesome.
That would be cool. That would be fun.
Great question, Samsonite. Thank you very much for writing in. Next is Neil Dodsworth. Neil Dodsworth has a little bit something controversial to say, but something that I've not, a criticism that I have heard a couple times. Neil Dodson says, isn't it time we all admit to ourselves that Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't as good as the press is saying? He says, don't get me wrong, it's pretty and I appreciate that a lot of people love it, but it's so slow. He says, I have a full-time job to fit in around watching the back end of a pretty horse for days on end, and no, the game hasn't crashed on me. So you do ride a horse a lot. I love my horse though, and it's sexy to look at. I don't mind. I don't think that this is a wrong criticism. It is a slower paced game.
I said that last week, right? I said it's
true to the time period in the respect
correct.
that you don't fast travel a lot. You ride your horse. Things
slower.
move a little bit slower than like a Grand Theft Auto where you can jump in a helicopter and fly across town, right? So in that respect, I don't think that's an incorrect criticism. I think he has a point there.
Yeah.
That's definitely not for everybody. However, I will say if you think the story starts out slow, and I have heard a couple people say it's just the story's just going too slow for me right now. Get past the prologue, number one, and then I would encourage you. This is the mistake that people made, and the mistake that I think I made at first is I was doing side quests and nothing was progressing. Do the main quests, especially when you're right out of the prologue in Chapter 1 and even Chapter 2, and then the story really starts to take off because you don't have everything unlocked yet. You don't even have you don't have simple stuff like Deadeye is not yet unlocked where you can manually mark on Deadeye, and you're unlocking them as it's basically just because you're out of the prologue, you're still in the tutorial zone. Move past that, and the story really
the tutorial zone for 30 hours.
Yeah, and the story really starts to ramp up the more you knock out those main story missions, and they're fabulous. Number one, but knock those out right away, and then go do side missions and stuff because you have full features, and I feel like the pace really picks up.
I think in Chapter 3 it kind of starts to get an arcing story because in Chapter 3 you at least you're at least doing a continuous story, like there's these two families fighting, but you're basically going through these two families story essentially, right?
Yeah.
So it's starting to finally progress, and you're learning a little bit more about some of the gang members. So it's kind of. It does. I think, especially the beginning, kind of threw me off because the beginning was very structured, which usually isn't.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? So it kind of.
So personally, I did not think the prologue was slow. Granted, I love Red Dead Redemption, and I was really into the first one and the story, and I was hooked just at seeing some of the characters, seeing John Marston again in that prologue and stuff like that. But it is slower pace, and if you're expecting something faster pace, I could see where that throws you.
Especially if you're coming from like Grand Theft Auto 5. But for me, I think that's to its benefit, right? I mean, it adds to that detail of you're in the Wild West, right?
Yeah.
And I again, just for me, I like that when we were riding to town, that's where I'm learning about more of my characters. Like I feel like the conversation
sitting around the campfire,
the songs that those three girls were singing. Although inappropriate, very hilarious. You know,
yeah.
like just I kind of like that stuff, and I don't know, but I'm just a really big Red Dead Redemption fan, so I might be biased.
And
but,
you've been sacrificing sleep in order to play this game. Let's be honest.
So I'm a little bit further.
Yeah. McSpicy, you had something to say.
Well, I think for years and years and years, we as gamers, and even just in real life in general, just how television has progressed and how YouTube has progressed and everything, I think we're a very instant gratification kind of we've been trained to just get things right away, right? I think this game is far different than that mindset. I really like, even you talked about the campfires.
Yeah.
Those campfires, I'll sit down, you can sit down and rest, and they don't just talk like this. They talk like this. And it gets a lot more intimate.
Yeah.
Because it's there's pacing, there's silences, and they're telling stories that you're like, whoa, And just walking around the campfire and listening to the hilarious things. You were talking about the funny things with John Marston and his wife and his kids.
Hilarious.
There's so many funny things. The uncle.
That guy's hilarious, too.
There's so many funny things, and you don't get that if you just push through the game like you're trying to beat it. This is a game that it's very different. It's slow for a reason. Yeah. It's not an accidental thing. It's a pacing for storytelling.
Yeah.
Right? And we're so used to Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
You
next
know,
story, next action scene, next
which is
cut
great.
scene.
Which is awesome in its own right. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. This is just I feel
it's deliberately slow.
It's deliberately slow to get you. Did I just?
Oh no, your sticker.
You're getting good at just touching things. Just touching. It's. I enjoy it because, for example, in music, I think what has gone away.
Nuance
is climaxes and quiets, crescendos, and the quietness of music, the loudness of music. I feel as though a lot of music is just one loudness, and there's no slowing down, there's no speeding up, there's no quiet, there's no loud. And I think the dynamic of that is why I like certain drummers, for example, and why I dislike other drummers.
Sure.
Bernard Purdy, for example, is a very good drummer who does a lot of just feel. And I feel this game is much more like that. It's a dynamic. Some things are fast, some things are slow. It's all on purpose. And if you're not used to that, it may feel weird. It may be awkward.
It does throw you through a loop.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it is a slower game, but it's slower just for pacing,
for storytelling purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great.
It's about the journey. This is a game about the journey. I have spent hours just slowly walking through a forest looking for game, like looking for things to hunt. And you can look through the binoculars and you can study plants and animals and track them. They set up the hunting in this game not to get instantly gratified. It is slow hunting. Hunting's slow.
Yeah.
But there's just the atmosphere. It's what this game is about. And if that's not your cup of tea, maybe you can learn to enjoy it, like jazz. I don't know. But maybe it's just
not your cup of tea.
Maybe it's not your cup of tea. I think it's a very healthy game to come out in a world of such a always loudness. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Probably just a terrible explanation why I think. Well, and that's why I like the game. I love it.
Freaky Aro in chat says he thinks it needs to be enjoyed like a fine wine. You taste it, you spit it out, you don't drink it all. You don't down it.
You also added a quote by me. That's pretty funny. So. No, yeah, it's and that's a criticism. I've heard many people in the community say that. It's okay to say that.
I never knew I said this, but quote number 21 is usually I don't discriminate with anything in my mouth. X1 Golf Club 2019. That's so funny. Great question though, Neil Dodsworth. That is a fantastic question, and it's a common. It is something that I have seen quite a few people say. So I don't think you're alone in feeling that it is so slow. And if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time to play games, this is something that's going to take a while to get through for sure. Richard Brown writes, and we got 2 questions left. I think we'll just do 2 more questions here. Let's take 2 more. Let's do Richard Brown. Richard Brown writes in and says, how do you guys feel about the use of strategy guides? I want to go Jordan with this one. He says, I bought one for Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's such a massive game and I didn't want to miss anything. But I tend to refer to it after I've done the main part of the quest just to make sure I get all the goodies available. Do you think it helps or hinders the enjoyment of a game? Jordan, you are a strategy guide.
Yeah.
Purchaser.
Yeah, I have a few of them.
Do you think it helps, hinders? How do you use your strategy guides?
I like a lot of the strategy guides, mostly for like the collectors, because it's cool to have that big old book with a sweet game logo on it. But I actually had a strategy guide for The Witcher 3, and it was actually really cool. So I don't mind them. I don't.
So you don't think it takes away from the game? Because one thing,
no, not for me.
Is a strategy guide different than, for instance, we were talking before the show about the treasure maps, and McSpicy and I, neither of us have looked online to see where
the strategy guide would probably tell you, just like you, if you'd Google
it would tell you where to go.
It probably, I don't know what it is.
So I really
would probably tell you where to go.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a problem with strategy guides. I like the way Richard Brown does it, where he does the quest first and then refers to the strategy guide to see if there's anything he misses.
The cool part about the Witcher strategy guide is there were so many decisions in that game. When I got to the end of it, I was actually able to see what choices I could have made previous. So when I beat the Witcher game, I had my ending, right?
Yeah.
And I could have seen after I beat the game, I went back through the strategy guide and I went through all the critical decisions because the strategy guide tells you which ones are like minor, which ones are critical and stuff like that, right? So I went through all those and I saw what the different endings would have been if I had changed, if I would have picked Yennefer or Triss instead of Yennefer and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool going back. So I get what he's saying, but strategy guides are useful in the fact that they have the Excel spreadsheets in them for you.
But see, I like to make those myself.
Yeah, I know. And it just
I'm the exact opposite. I don't like strategy guides.
No, yeah. R56 Cooper uses it in a similar way. He says, I complete the story, then use the guide to go back and find the collectibles and other stuff. And it seems to be the common theme here on strategy guides. Great question, though, Richard Brown. Thank you very much for writing in. Clinton Lloyd writes in, and I think this is a great question, a good question to end on, too, especially this is where podcasts about positive gaming. He says, hey, bros. He says, I've been trying for years to get my non-gamer mates into gaming with almost no success. He says, when convincing the 40-plus set like myself, most seem to be set in their ways and unwilling to accept gaming as adult entertainment. Do you have any strategies to turn unturnable 40-plus crowd into gamers? He says, I'm at a loss. Sports games, single-player narrative games, multiplayer Twitch shooters, none of them work. Please help. Advice for one thing that popped into my mind, I would get party games.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna say new friends because you said I would get.
I would get.
Well, here's what I would do. Your friends sound like they suck.
Screw them. Screw them. That's it.
They're not worth your time.
Sorry, I just heard I would get, and then in my head,
delete them from your phone.
I just filled in new friends. So
I treat games like I treat phone applications. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, I delete it.
Yeah. Just get new friends. Next
no,
question.
That's a good
No,
idea.
I would use party games. Freaky RO says Jackbox Party Pack. So what I would do is start there. I'd invite people over. A game that operates more like a board game. Like a Jackbox Party, but gives you this unique experience that can only be had on video games. A game that was similar that I really enjoyed on the 360 was Seen It. Remember we had Seen It with the controllers and you could like buzz in.
We played with
stuff like that. Yeah. Start there, and then I think a natural transition would be moving to, I actually think this is where Telltale Games is good. I think you could have a group of people say, hey, come on over, because it's like watching a TV show, but you guys get to all say, okay, what's our choice? What choice should we make? Get people into that, and then slowly move them into video games.
It's really just, I mean, like, it's finding that right game, right?
Well,
like, for example, my wife likes games. She doesn't admit it because she thinks she doesn't. But like when we find the right game, which in this case would be Mario Kart and Frogger.
Yeah,
I don't know what does it about that game, but anyway, those two games she really likes.
She likes frogs.
She likes So anyway, but it's just finding those right games. You know what I mean? So for in my case, it's Nintendo. Maybe grab a Switch and see how that goes for you.
Nintendo is a really good entry. Has a lot of entry level games for non gamers.
A game that I've
seen, gateway drug.
Gateway drug.
A game that I've seen work magic, and it's just the genre is golf games. I've seen
our
that.
dad.
Yeah.
Does he play? Does he play the golf club now?
We had like a neighborhood tournament where all the dads were in on Tiger Woods.
I don't know what it is, but I have experience of older gentlemen that are, they've never played a video game in their life. They're like 65, retired. They are diehard golf club gamers now.
Yeah,
like they love it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but if you said sports games, I don't know if you've tried a golf game.
Yeah,
because that's super casual.
Madden's really complicated. I would stay away. I would stay away from games that require
more than
knowledge of a controller. Golf game doesn't. Golf game is back, up, swing.
Maybe that's why Nintendo is, because it's
super simple.
It's motion.
It's always super simple controls. It's nothing too advanced. No muscle memory there. Pickle has a great suggestion in chat. He says get games that are remakes from something that they could have played in their past, like a Mortal Kombat. That's one that my wife absolutely loves, is Mortal Kombat, because she played it as a kid, and even like she doesn't like graphic television shows, for instance. But yet the newest Mortal Kombat,
ripping a spine,
where you're ripping
a head off,
she
and having
loves
the spine dangle,
and it's because she played it as a kid, right? Like that's it. But that's great advice. Freaky says, Beast420 says Mario Party. He also says Spicy has a lot of older gentlemen callers.
Yeah, I do have a lot of older gentlemen callers.
This is actually funny. At old age homes, Wii bowling is pretty popular.
There you go. Get some Wii bowling on. No, but I think introducing them to group games where you're all sitting down together. I mean, think about us when we were kids. That's what enhanced gaming to us. Only now later as technology increased did we now separate off, and we now recognize online gaming as basically the same thing as a couch,
It's the virtual couch.
It's the virtual couch.
I played by myself. I don't know what you're talking about.
You had no friends.
I heard about your summers of Nintendo. What you just
That
told
was
me
when
your-
I was like 15.
That's when he had
greatest summer
friends.
of your life.
From age 8 to 14 was very difficult for gaming for me.
Oh, thank you everybody for joining us this week. What a week. What a time to be a gamer. Fantastic time. Jordan, McSpicy, you guys do anything different this week? Gonna hit Red Dead Redemption 2 hard?
Nope.
No, I'm gonna the limited time that I have because work is so busy is absolutely going to be slowly crawling through a forest and looking for game.
Dude, I find the smaller game more difficult, like getting the headshot on a squirrel, for instance, or a chipmunk.
No, did you use?
Yeah. No, I have not
arrows?
yet. I have not yet crafted my own arrows for small game.
Craft the small game arrows. I'm telling you, you don't even have to aim. You can hit them in the ankle,
Hit him in the anus,
and it knocks. You can aim that arrow
I
right
think
up.
that would kill anybody.
Yeah.
Well, it would kill me.
Just aim for that anus. Aim for anuses. Yeah, that's terrible. No, you can use that. It changes your life.
Well, the Jordan.
Wait, is there a character that wants squirrels?
You got to ship them. You got to mail them off to her. She's like creating a museum.
Where is this person? I haven't met this person yet.
But you have to get them perfect. You can only send her the perfect
The only
ones.
way to get perfect squirrels is with
is with the
The
arrows.
anus arrows.
And you see what makes them perfect is you only knock the anus arrows. Yeah, aim for the anus. That's a branding. You go to the store, anus arrows. Aim for the anus in quotations. Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. You just knock the animals out, and so they're perfect every time. You gotta craft the good arrows.
What
Okay.
I've been doing is I've been accidentally hitting stuff with
As
my
you run
horse.
over, like birds.
And
It's
I've
always
just been-
birds in the
I've just been
prairie.
throwing them on my
Do they go
horse.
perfect when you run them over?
No, I don't know. I just.
But the only
I usually
hunting
just
I've
take the
done is
meat.
my horse.
I've killed people running into them with a horse.
Yeah, and got fined.
And I got like $100 fine because some dumb lady doesn't look to the right when I'm going full throttle from this town.
In the West, they were not taught to look both ways before crossing the street.
She got
Me too.
plowed.
Me
I'm
too.
not even kidding.
You're not supposed to be flying through town like that.
I probably not, but I was on the road.
They didn't have the school flashy lights back then.
Yeah,
So you had to
carry
slow
that
down,
flag
slow down.
guard.
Yeah,
Cross
yeah,
guard.
the guard, yeah.
She went like 30 feet, man, and ragdolled. And
Please
then
tell me
all
you
the cops
recorded
got
it.
mad.
Did you record it?
Oh yeah, I
I
recorded it.
want to watch all your recordings before I leave tonight.
Okay,
I can't wait until you put those all together.
It's gonna be so great. Oh my gosh. No. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, aim for the anus.
Well, that does it for us. Thank you very.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this week. Don't forget the Forza Club. We are ranked top 100. Let's get that top 50 now, guys. If you haven't joined the Forza Horizon 4 Club, just search X1Bros in the club. Let's get it. Let's see how high we can get ranked. We are top 50 club in the world. I know we are. We can get there. I'm so excited to jump into that. Also, don't forget, if you haven't yet, go rate us. Rank us on iTunes, give us 5 stars, and leave a review for us there. It helps us. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week. Hey guys, thank you very much for joining us. I thought that was a good show. Always a blast. Always. What do you guys think of my haircut, by the way? I'm super impressed. Super impressed with it. Thank you very much, guys. We're at 1.9 million sparks. That is awesome. Thank you, guys. Excited. How close we got to get? Let's see if we can hit our next mark at 2.5 million. I think we can get there. I think we can cap out. We got 5 days to cap out at 5 million. What do you guys think?
I think we can do it.
I think we could do it.
I will try.
As will I. So watch some streams, gain up sparks. Let's get
when
there,
you go
guys.
to bed, just leave your.
Dude, I'm
mixer
so
on.
excited. Is anybody on their Xbox right now? Can anybody look at the Forza Horizon 4 club? I'm curious at where we're at now. See if we are launching up. We're 90. Cooper says we're 99. Okay, we're 99. We've got to get there. We've got to get there.
Yeah, I think eventually. Can we talk about the purchasing of the things, the embers? Well, we did.
Oh yeah, that was on the.
Yeah,
That was on the.
I think eventually you'll be able to buy, basically
buy embers.
buy the sparks.
I wonder if we'll be able to give away like ember gift cards.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Dude, I gotta say, yeah, I would love to do that cat one just every 20 minutes just to stay loose. That cat one with the tail. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I wasted all my sparks on. Well, a lot of my sparks on it yesterday.
Michael Contini, thank you very much for the sparks. Michael Contini, how are you, man? Oh, all right. Let's
You want to do the credits?
do the credits tomorrow, guys. First thing in the morning, I'm going to be doing a Forza Horizon 4 stream. Let's convoy up. Anybody that wants to convoy up, let's convoy up. Now's the time. Let's see how high we can get in the club. Join me tomorrow morning. We'll do it for like 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, maybe longer. Freaky money. That's Lonely Island, baby. That's Lonely Island. I love Lonely Island.
All right, you
My
ready?
favorite quote by Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also,
This ain't a phone. Or this ain't my dad. This is a phone.
I got my swim trunks and my flippy floppies.
Flippy floppies. Dude, Boombox is my favorite because Julian Casablancas is one of my favorite musicians ever. And he's the one that, he's like holding his... Have you seen Boombox? Please tell me you've seen
I've not
Boombox.
seen Boombox, no.
You
I
can
must
change
see
the world
this.
with a Boombox.
Okay, I'll have to watch this.
Oh, I will. After the show, I will pull it up for you.
Okay.
It'll change your life.
Check out my hammer. Says I convoyed by accident with you yesterday. I saw that. Check out my hammer. Oh, it's so nice to have you back, my friend.
Yeah,
Long time
It's
no
been
talk.
forever. Your story about your child poop.
I believe it
When
was
we're
during the
community
Vault of
gaming.
Glass, wasn't it?
It was during a raid, right?
It was
Yeah.
during
During
the
a
Vault of
Destiny
Glass.
raid. That's the
The original
funniest thing.
Destiny raid.
Dude, we
Vault
have
of
missed
Glass.
you, my friend. Welcome back. Glad you're
when
doing
you're-
well. Well,
when
hope you're doing well.
Kid pooed everywhere.
It's in
Oh,
the
that's-
VCR. It's in the.
Let's say I've had similar experiences since then, and I've thought of you every time that's happened.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're going to say goodbye.
do
Next
you-
community play.
We didn't announce it on
We
the show.
didn't
did we?
announce one. No, we will. It'll probably be Red Dead Redemption Online because that's coming out. Or we might even do a Forza Horizon 4. But we will let you guys know next week. So we're kind of spacing them out to make sure that they're good. We can always do Halo again. But we're probably going to wait and see what Red Dead Redemption has for us and just jump in. I really hope we can just posse up with hundreds of people, thousands of people. That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Wanna be
We'll
the
let-
mafia in
We'll
that
let
game.
you know.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Let's leave you with our producer credits and our general credits.
All right, here you go. Well, we already have them.
Oh,
rolling.
those general credits.
Yeah,
Producer credits. Here we go. Oh, Alpha Builder.
Beast 420.
Dude, that's smoke. Smoke. He's a smoker.
The smoke is good in the game.
No, it
Cerebro
really is.
Assassin.
Cerebra Assassin Dutch.
Like when you're walking through the forest and it's like glowy.
Chief Wiggum on the plains with his lady.
Dark Knight.
The darkness.
The dark.
See, that's the glow that I'm talking about.
I love that glow.
Ooh.
Dylan Domingo. Dude, look at John Marston.
This
That's
is
an older John
That's
Marston.
a picture
right
of me accidentally running someone over in town.
Dominic DeBazio at the
Because
campfire.
all the cops come and you have to defend yourself.
Dr. Abel Abraham. Thank you very much, Doctor. Freaky Deaky Freaky R.O. from Horseback. There's that Winchester.
That's that 30-30.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Free Radical.
There's a cowboy in each
With
of us.
Micah.
Micah is a crazy, crazy dude.
Greg Cheney.
I actually don't like Micah.
Happy Mayo.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone
he's-
does.
he's-
Yeah. Happy Mayo. Happy Dappy Mayo.
Dutch sees something in him.
He does. Jessica Upchurch.
Sons of Dutch.
In Spanish, she would say Jessica.
Kid of all dreams.
Yes.
Just enjoying his ride.
Michael Contini, there he is. Oh, my, overlooking the plains.
Looking for some anuses to shoot.
R56 Cooper with his dog Lucky.
Reactor Leak with John Marston.
Reactionary Reactor Leak. Hey, we are ranked 90, baby.
Richard Brown.
We're ranked
Dutch.
90.
Ronan.
Have no fear, Ronan's here.
Oh, yeah.
Tezza Man, my brother from down under. It's Tezza Man, just patrolling the town,
The Shadow Navy.
blowing up houses left and right. Christopher Karan, aka the Shadow Navy.
Tier 1 ops.
That's the Hangman's
Dead-eyeing
tree.
the tree.
That's the Hangman's tree. Last but not least, it's Wheezy Deezy Wheezy Whistle.
Spider Luke, you are late, but that's okay. There's VODs. You can hear it later. But it's good that you came when you did.
We are ranked 90 at 4 million influence. We're great getting there. Boom, baby. We got this. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Have fun gaming. We'll see you all later. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.